All right. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, look at that. One more person waiting to join. That would be Joseph Madison. All right. Let's it. We can't start the meeting without Joseph. And look at that. 9. My gosh. Hey there, son. This is my son, Joseph Madison. All right.
Joseph has to turn on his audio.
Okay. Oh, Javon is trying to get in too. Okay. Okay. So does she, let me see if she has the instructions. Hold on.
So I'll send her,
okay, Jimmie.
So text me the information. So send her text or.
You need her cell phone? Here. Sorry, guys, for all the technical stuff. We want to make sure everyone has the opportunity to hear and nobody is locked out. So just go ahead and see if you can find. Okay, thanks for the heads up, Demeter. Okay, there we go. Okay. So while we're doing that, there's Lionel trying to join.
Okay.
All right. Hey, my brother Lionel. Hey, my brother Lionel. How you doing, my brother? How you doing? Yeah. How you doing? Good to see you on. Where's your beautiful wife? Where's my Sierra?
She had an interview on Facebook.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, send all of our love to her. And thank you so much for joining us. We want to try to download as much information as possible. So I'm going to mute your line, and 15 minutes to the end, we're going to open it up so in case anyone has questions, okay?
Thank you.
All right, so let's go ahead and mute there. Okay, so far we're good. Oh, okay, someone else trying to come in. Boy, I tell you, packed room tonight. Okay, so let's admit that. Okay, LG Stilo 2, how you doing? All right. I'm saying, sound like a phone. How you doing?
You need to get started.
Okay, Jimmie, see, this is why he's here. Oh, there's Javon. We got to let Javon in. Okay, he's got it. All right, well, with that being said, he's working all the technical stuff. Let me get started. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Arlene Williams. I have been in the background for a very long time, just helping to grow JW Acquisitions and Development as my husband's partner. And for those of you that don't know my background, I am all about the marketing. I'm all about getting the word out there. I'm all about branding, setting aside logo design, website design. I'm all about that traffic. I love that. So just so you know a little bit about my background, I actually was a clothing designer in New York for about 25 years prior to doing this. Met a handsome man about 11 years ago, went into full-time ministry. And while I was in a small town doing full-time ministry, hey, I needed to work. So who would have it that God would connect me? Hey there, Javon. Oops, I have to multitask here, so sorry, guys. Okay. Okay, that's Jimmie waving. Okay. Okay, there we go. There we go. So for those of you that didn't know, yes, I had 26 years in the fashion industry. I was a designer for Jones, New York, got married to Jimmie. My life took a very different direction. We ended up moving to an area called Palm Bay, Florida. Never heard of Palm Bay, Florida at all in my life. I didn't even know there was a Palm Bay, Florida, which it's actually in Central Florida. So we moved to a very small town where I needed to get work, you know, while we were doing full-time ministry. And it would happen that I got a part-time job working as a print shop manager, the assistant manager for a print shop. And the owner of the company, she no longer owns that company. It was a small town shop. She was getting her master's degree at night to become a social worker. So she was completely removed from the business. So it was just myself and the printer at the back. And that's how I learned. God downloaded everything. Yah said, listen, this is how you're going to build a business. And basically, I sat there and I self-taught web design. People would come in, I designed brochures for them, I designed logos. You guys, all the supernatural ability had to come from God. You have to know that. You have to know that, because I had no idea what I was doing. So you know it has to come from God. Oh, look at that. More participants are coming in. All right, Dr. Shamonia is in the house. All right. Here you go, Dr. Shamonia. Good to see you. Uh-oh, can we admit her? Okay. All right, well, let me let him work the technical stuff. So anyway, so I have had 11 years as a marketing and branding coach. I started out just doing web designs, just doing little things here and there. And I found people would come to me and would ask me things like, okay, so now I have this site, what do I do? And I said, well, what about social media? What about email marketing? Like, do you have a plan? Like, don't you need a plan? And yeah, I mean, everyone needs a plan, but that's the problem. We get a website, we get Coach Sheila's here as well. Hi, Coach Shelia. Okay, all right. Everyone needs a plan. And that is what strategic marketing and branding is all about. It's about having a plan. And with that being said, I have to introduce my co-host. My co-host is Claudia Ordonez. This is my twin, my my sidekick. What is it? What's the other one? The hip baby? I don't know. A partner in crime, whatever you want to call it. Her name is Claudia Ordonez. And I have to tell you that I am not just working with her as a business partner, but Claudia has mentored me for the past 3 weeks. And in the past 3 weeks that Claudia has been speaking into my life, I can't tell you the change that has happened in my business. Claudia is a true diehard business strategist. What does that mean? I'm going to let her explain. But before I do, let me just read a little bit about her bio, because there's a lot of things. She has a degree in business management with a minor in finance, operations manager to real estate investor. So she's already used to project managing, already used to pulling pieces together. She recovered $48,000 of Section 8 in 1 month that was due to a company for 6 months. Anybody that has a gift that can be able to recover funds from customers, right there. I mean, and it's not even about recovering the money. It's about getting things in order. It's about putting a plan in place so that you know, look, this is the next move. This is the strategy. This is how we move forward. Yes, my son, that is your auntie for real. Okay, she worked right hand as an investor in Florida sales department. Essex County Correctional Facilities. She has a lot of connections in New Jersey, in the city and the state area. I hope I'm saying that right, Claudia. I could be saying it wrong. CEO and VP operations of 3 hospitals. Yeah. Worked right hand to a group of engineers in Florida, one of the largest roofing supply companies in the USA, and has spent 15 years around CEOs, leaders, managers, millionaires. So she's already there. A lot of us are looking to get there, but we don't have this together. It's our mindset that needs to be worked on before we get there. Mm-hmm. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about a little bit of that, and we're going to talk about some strategies as what you can implement so that you can get traffic to your site, because no traffic means no business. That's right. Okay? So with that being said, before I hand over the mic to Claudia so that she can say hi to everyone, I'm going to hand the mic back to Mr. Jimmie back here, because even though he's operating everything, I want him to say hi, because there would be no marketing inspiration if it wasn't for him. So I'm going to hand it over to the king so the king can say hi. So go ahead, honey.
Well, I don't have that much to say, guys. All praises to the Most High, and I give my wife credit right now. I want to honor her, and I just want to tell you guys, as I always do, especially you men out there, we need our queens. They're all important. Somebody's still trying to get in. Mm-hmm. And, without them, we couldn't do it. We couldn't make it. We really couldn't, we can survive, but to thrive, guys, we need our women in our lives. And this queen has sacrificed so much for me over the past since I've been with her, but in the past 2 years to really get JW Acquisitions off the ground. I mean, she put everything into it. So I said to her, honey, listen, it's your time. It's your time to rise up, be the woman that the Most High has called you to be. She kept trying to get me to get beside her on this and start getting in the front. I said, no, this is your show tonight. You're going to do this. I said, because when we go on national television, you got to have the guts. You got to have the courage and that tenacity to look in that camera and just tell your story. And, it's not about telling her story tonight. We're going to help you guys learn about traffic generation, but I'm just taking that time to honor her. And I honor all of you who stuck with me and my wife over the last 2 years. Most of you, I know your names and I know the faces. You were there. We had bad reception when we were doing the Facebook Lives. horrible reception. My first 12-part course, it was horrible. It was just, listen, I'm one of those guys, when I missed the mark, I'll tell you I did. And along the way, you stayed with me and you helped me get better. And so, but my wife, Arlene, is a critical part of that. Hey, son, my African son, Mr. Somay, how are you, sir? But guys, good. Okay. But so back to Arlene. I'm proud of what she's doing here. And guys, thanks for listening. I think tonight you're going to come away with some information that's going to help your business thrive in the areas of marketing, traffic generation, lead generation. Okay, you can have the best company on the planet, but if you can't generate leads, you can't drive traffic and then convert the traffic into sales, you have nothing. And so she's learned to master that. I've been doing it for several years, but she took the bull by the horns and she's on another level. And so, honey, I'm proud of you, my queen.
Thank you.
All right. And if you're on this call tonight, if you're on this webinar tonight, you want something more. Some of you guys are in multi-level marketing. Some of you are in direct sales. You're still working in the company. You want to be the best that you can be. You have to add virtue, more information, more wisdom. And I'm talking the Most High's wisdom to what you're doing to create that wealth. It's not going to just drop out of the sky. So hopefully tonight you'll hear something. Take your pen and paper out. And her partner, Claudia, is awesome. I've been watching Claudia for about a year on Facebook. She didn't know I was watching her. And I saw her and her mom cooking some nice, I forget what they call them. The Colombian food, right?
Arepas.
What's that again?
Arepas.
Arepas, okay. And I said, man, I want that. So the way to a black man's heart is food, man. You got me. I'm married to the queen here, but I was like, I got to talk to her. But she ended up being one of my wife's best business partners. So guys, buckle up. I hope you find something that's interesting that's going to really bless your heart. Take notes and understand that if you don't put the work in, you're not going to create the wealth. No matter how good you got, whatever you got up here, you got to be able to transmute that, into action and then, apply faith principles, because faith is an action word. So let's make it happen. That's all I have to say. Toward the end, if you got my email, I did promise that I would give you a free consultation or a free 20-minute session on anything, whether it's stocks, bonds, mutual funds. Those are big right now. Forex trading is even better. Okay. Multifamily, single family, how to fix and flip. If I can't teach or mentor you on something, I have someone who can. We can talk about buying other businesses, anything you want coaching and mentoring on, or the most important one, which is self-mastery, how to master yourself. You get a 20-minute session just for being on this webinar with us, okay? And we got some things coming in the end here we want to offer you guys, but stay close to the end. I'm going to be in the background. You're not going to hear much of me. I don't know why she got me on this microphone, but I had to get on here and say something. But all praises to the Most High. Yeah, I know, right? And I'm going to pass it back to her. Shalom.
All right. Okay, the king has spoken. The king has spoken. And again, as I was saying before, if you registered and you did not receive this ebook, we're giving away this ebook. Okay, it's a guide, a free guide to online marketing. So please, please, please email me and tell me I want my ebook because it's free. And there's 10 chapters at least in there with a lot of information. So you want to get that, okay? Okay. And we will be giving another ebook at the end of this webinar just for attending, free information, because we want to pack you with it as much as possible. Because branding is a massive, massive, massive beast. So before I let Claudia take the reins, when Claudia sent me her bio, I connect. This is the part of Claudia that I connect with. It says her nature is solution and goal oriented. And that is something that a lot of us as business owners struggle with. Solutions and goals. Solutions and goals going hand in hand. So with that being said, I'm going to hand the mic over to my co-host, my deuce, my road dog, my sister. If you could go ahead, Sister Claudia, and if you could just talk to the people and just tell us a little bit about your business, which I did not say, it's Kingdom Concepts and Strategies. And we work in tandem with each other. You know, once you get the strategy for your business together, then we can get the strategy for your marketing together.
Right.
Okay. And that begins with a mindset. So the first thing is a conversation. So Claudia, with you, that being said, I'm going to zip it. Take it away, girl.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say thank you so much. And it's a privilege and an honor for me to be here with you.
Definitely.
And to speak to your people and into your business and your life. So like Arlene said, I'm a strategist, and I have been blessed to be able to work with CEOs. I've been mentored by millionaires. I've been around them, leaders, high leaders. So I've been able to see, and I realized in that environment that there's so much that I had to learn, first of all, and they function at a different level. And it makes sense because one of them said, if you already had the mentality of a millionaire, you would have been a millionaire.
Wow.
Oh, wait. So I need, in my strategic mind, I said, I need to know how to get from A to Z. How do we do that? And all of them by far said that they've improved their mentality by reading. So
Wow.
I'm a reader. I have over 200 books. I think it might be more. And in every area. So I love to read. I read on human nature, human interaction. I love neuroscience because I want to know how people think and why do we think the way we do? Why do we behave the way we do? Why do we say the things we say? Personalities. I've done a lot of research on that. I was married for 23 years. So in trying to keep that relationship, thriving, I read a lot in relationships. So I have a lot of knowledge on that as well. But human behavior is something that just intrigues me. I love it. And so when it comes to being a strategist, and what I have helped Arlene with is I've noticed that a lot of people, and I know we're all gifted. We're all gifted. We have seeds of greatness inside of each and everyone possess seeds of greatness. But that's what they are. They are seeds. And knowing that we have to water the seed, right? First identify what they are, and then what is the product that we're supposed to be giving the world? Since we're talking about marketing, I'll keep it in that level. So I help people identify the product that they carry inside or that they want to promote. I like to work with what you're passionate about. So anytime somebody comes and says, I just don't know, I don't know what to do, I don't know what I like, I go through a series of questions. What passions you? Like what makes you angry when you see it? Is there any injustice that you don't like? And I go through a series of questions, and we hone in on their experience. I'll let them talk for 15 minutes, and I'll just start writing, bits and pieces of what I hear them say. And that's how I can identify the best strategy for them. Then I come up with a strategy, and I see if that's what they feel they want to do. And most of the time it's like, oh my gosh, that lights me up. And it sparks a flame in them, and they're able to take that. And then they go see Arlene and say, how do we mass produce this and put it all over the world on the web?
Yes.
We work really, really good together, and helping mindset is very important, because every level that you go to, every level that you are going to start, you have to release some baggage from that old level.
Yep.
Because you got to make room in your mind for the new things that are coming in the next level. And a lot of people don't know that. If you want to change in your circumstances and you want to manifest a change, it starts with a change in your mind.
That's right.
It's so important. And I listen to those things. And when I see that you're ready for the next level, right, Arlene, I'll say, Arlene, you gotta just nip some of that. And, let's think about, how about if we think about it like this?
Right.
Mindset. And that's what I do with my customers.
And if I can, Claudia, because sometimes we don't understand the negative patterns that hold us back. And they're usually tied to something personal in our life, okay? It's usually something that was undealt with, something that was not addressed, something that maybe, we tucked way in the recesses of our mind and our heart, and we're like, well, I'll deal with it whenever. You know what I mean? You know how we are. Emotionally, we just kind of bypass things, especially if they're really painful things. We bypass a lot of things in life, and we don't realize how much it's intertwined and how much it spills over. And I love the analogy that you gave about seed, because within all of us, there's a ton of seed. There's a ton of seed, okay? When God gave the commandment and he said, be fruitful and multiply, it started with a seed, one seed. Okay, so there's 14 millionaires on the phone right now. Okay, I'm looking at the participants. There's 14 millionaires. Okay, there's 14 seeds. Okay, in order for us to be fruitful, to receive that blessing, multiplication must happen. So now what we have to do is identify what's stopping the multiplication. What's interrupting the multiplication? What's blocking the flow? I don't want to get into it, but I'm in the process of actually writing a book right now that's called Harvest Blockers. And this is something that God has been dealing with me about for a long time. We are in a time of harvest like none ever than before. I mean, I know personally of each and every one of you that has been on this line that has sown. And when I say sown, I mean, you've poured into people's life and poured into people's life and poured into businesses and poured into finances and poured into things and poured into ventures. And you're like, God, what's the holdup? What's taking so long? The scripture says, as long as the earth remains, there will always be seed time and harvest time. Now's harvest time. Now's harvest time. Seed time you could achieve by yourself. Anybody can sow by themselves. I can go out and I can sow. I can say, you know something? I'm going to sow 500 into my husband. I'm going to sow some time into him. But harvest is something that you need a team of people around. And in this season, I am learning more than ever before. One of the things that Claudia is teaching me about is who you align yourself with in harvest time is more important than what you're doing even during seed time. Because your harvest could be damaged because of who you're around. Because of who you're around. So anyway, I don't want to get into a preaching thing and turn that into whatever. I want to really give you the meat. I want to give you the meat, okay? You came on here because this is a 100K traffic masterclass. So I have got a ton of notes. And we promise on the website that if you use these techniques properly, they are the key to unlimited income. How can I promise unlimited income forever? Simple. The problem with your business, why you are not having the income that you're wanting, is because you are not generating the traffic. You're not generating the traffic because there are not enough people that are interested or captivated by your niche. Right. So how is it that you are going to now engage your client? That's what we're talking about. We're talking about engage. Now, before I go further with engaging your client, let me preface this. If you want to engage your client, you've got to be engaged with your product yourself. You have to be invested in it. You can't have someone more invested in you than you're invested in yourself. So that's where we come back again to what Claudia was saying about mindset. Right. If you are invested in yourself, oh, there's Javon. Okay, we almost lost you. Anyway, if you're more invested in other projects, other things, if you're distracted, how can you be focused on what God or what Yah has for you? How can you do that? No man, boy, I almost said a scripture right there. Anyway, we're not going to get into that. Okay.
It's a part of us, right?
I know. It's a part. Listen, this is the way I talk, people. So, no apologies there. But anyway, we promise with this class, it's unlimited income forever, okay? Typical internet marketing success is all about making money online, but how you do it is what we want to talk about tonight. A lot of people say, well, I could try affiliate marketing. I'm going to explain what affiliate marketing is. I could try what they call AdSense. I could try what they call direct sales. And we look at these different modules, but what we don't consider is the type of business that we have. See, just because someone tells you that affiliate marketing is the way to go, it doesn't mean that it necessarily meshes with your business. And that's where a strategist and a mentor comes in handy. This is where I can come in handy to say, wait a minute, affiliate marketing is good, but you're going to have to be thinking about this part, this part, this part, and this part. So how do they integrate with the product that you have, okay? Or the service that you're offering, right? We talked about you're going to learn about search engine rankings and why they're so important. I'm going to throw out something that I had thrown out in my Facebook group. And for those of you that don't know, there's 2 Facebook groups that you want to be a part of. You want to be a part of my Facebook groups, which is Strategic Brand Evolution, okay? Or you want to be a part of Claudia's Facebook group, which is Kingdom Concepts and Strategies. Actually, it's 3. Or you definitely want to be a part of this person's Facebook group, JW Acquisitions. And the only reason I'm bringing Jimmie up is because it took us within a year and a half, and we know that it was only the grace and the glory and all the power came from God, but we have 17,000 members to date. We were getting 100 persons wanting to join our group per day, okay? Per day. How do we do it? How do we do it? How are we able to get traffic? Because the more traffic you have, the more opportunity you have to present your product to them. The more opportunity you have to present what you're offering to them, your services to them. So that's the point of getting a lot of traffic. Getting a lot of traffic is not just so that you can say, wow, I've got 50,000 people on Instagram. Everyone's following me. No, getting a lot of traffic means sales. So let's get that together. I gave a formula within our group, and it's called EIAC. EIAC. Okay. Hold on. Let's see. There's a chat question there. All right. Thank you, Joseph. Love you, son. Okay. So EIAC. What does EIAC mean, and how does it relate to marketing? EIAC. And these are some of the things that you're going to learn. So EIAC means evaluate, identify, acquire, and convert.
Okay.
Every website should have those 4 components. Every business model should have those 4 components. Let me say that again. Evaluate, identify, acquire, and convert. You must be able to evaluate your traffic, evaluate your niche, evaluate your customer. If you haven't figured out who your customer is, now is the time, especially now with what's going on in the environment, the COVID-19, now is the time to sit down and try to figure out who's your customer. Who do I want to sell to? Who do I want to market to? Do I want to market to broken women? Am I marketing to hurting men? Am I marketing to a ministry? Is this a secular thing? Is this I don't know, how old, what's the age group? What are they, in their 20s, in their 30s? If they're in their 20s and their 30s, they only want to hear from you from Snapchat and Instagram. Or what's the other one that everyone's doing videos on?
TikTok.
Thank you, TikTok. They want to hear from you from TikTok. They don't want to hear, they're not on Facebook. Trust me, they're not on Facebook. They're barely bypass Facebook. I mean, Facebook is like a second thought. Okay? Our president has made Twitter extremely popular. You'd be surprised how quick a tweet gets out there. Look at how quick celebrities are making Twitter popular. Those platforms are great, but again, we're coming right back to that evaluation. And this is something I know Claudia knows very well about, because this is where the business strategy comes in. You've got to evaluate your customer. And in order to evaluate your customer, that's where knowing who you are and what you want to sell comes in handy. Am I wrong on this, Claudia? You tell me.
No, absolutely. I think it's completely vital.
Absolutely.
You know your audience. You know who you are marketing to, because the more you can identify about them, the more strategic your marketing can be, and it'll focus on them, and you won't waste your time with other clients that are not your customer.
And
Not like I always say, not everybody likes ketchup.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna market to everybody, and I'm okay with that. So understanding who you, and it also goes back to what's your product that you are sharing, because your product is the solution to a problem. So you're going to
Yep.
be your value, your money, your income is going to be directly correlated to how big the solution is for the people out there that you are solution.
Yeah. Providing. Yeah. Yeah.
So find your audience. It's super vital that and if you have 3 things going on, that's also gonna hinder you. So you gotta make sure there's one thing that you're marketing, unless it's a shop that has different products.
And let me also say, because that's the most frustrating customer to do anything for, is someone who comes and has a lot of products but doesn't have an end goal in mind. What is your end goal? Okay, evaluate your end goal. That's part of the evaluation process. Not just who your customer is, but what is it that you ultimately want to achieve? Do you want to achieve a radio program? Do you want to have a podcast? Is this going to ultimately, what do you ultimately want to do? Do you want to change lives? If you want to change lives, how are you doing it in the system that you're doing it? That's where the evaluation process is so important. We're talking about real estate. There's a lot of people on here that are from JW Acquisitions in the real estate industry. And of course, Claudia and I work together and do deals together. And, we do everything together, Claudia and I and Jimmie. Am I trying to sell a product or promote an affiliate offer? Am I trying to attract visitors to click on an ad? Why are they coming to your website? Okay, so you have a webinar. What do you want them to do? Okay, so you have to be very, very focused on that area. And another thing is, you have to be honest with yourself enough to say, look, does this market have enough traffic potential? Is this something that enough people are interested in? I mean, you could have the most brilliant idea, but if not enough people are interested in it, then again, coming back to what is your end goal? What are you selling to them at the end? Or if you're not selling, let's say you're not selling. Let's say you're ministering. Let's say you're teaching. Let's say you're expounding. What is the end goal that you want people to reach? Okay. Identify is the second thing. Identify. So now identify, that's more coming into my arena. Okay. Once you work with Claudia and you evaluate and you figure out, okay, this is where my niche is. This is what I eventually want to do. This is how I want to help people. This is how many people I want to help. And Jimmie always says to me, in a lot of the lives that he does and a lot of the things that he just says to me, he said, ask yourself, what is your why? What is your why? Why are you doing what you're doing? What is it that's going to make you get up in the morning? So that's your evaluation process. So the second process in the EIAC is identify. Identify is where you come to me. Okay, well, you don't have to come to me. But what you need to do is you need to identify the best platform, the best means. Just because you have a service or whatever, it doesn't always mean that you need a website to advertise. Are you a local or are you a national provider? Is this something that is a small town product there that you're going to have X amount of neighbors, or you want something nationwide? You want nationwide traffic? Do you need a blog? If you're the type of person who you're inclined to write, I love to write. Okay, this is why my notes look like this. Okay, so I love to write. So if you're the type of person who likes to write, blogging might be a good way for you to get your message out there, because it gives you a chance to give personal interaction. It gives you a chance to not only talk about your product, but it gives you a chance to connect. You have to understand websites and blogs and all this digital age, it's very impersonal. So you have to make it personal to your customer. You have to make it personal. So do I do a blog? Do I do a website? Do I do a video? Do I do an article? Which one do I do? For those of you that are taking some notes, you can check out websites like Squidoo. It's spelled Squidoo, or Hub Pages. Hub Pages. Now, when you identify the best medium for how you want to get the traffic out there, that's going to determine whether you need to have a blog, a website, an article, or, it's also going to dictate the content. The type of content you release has to do with, it's almost, let me see if I can find the best way to say this. Okay, for those of you that know me from the church and from the ministry and so forth like that, I'm going to switch a little bit because that's my lane, guys. That's who I am. Okay, for those of you who know me from a personal standpoint, I've been operating in the office of a prophet for about 27 years. I've been operating as an apostle for 10 years. 10 years? Mm-hmm. Yeah, 10 years. Okay. So I've been operating in those two offices. Now, the type of prophet that you are determines how you hear from God. What do I mean? If you're the type of person who God tells you a lot of dreams and you're seeing a lot of things, you're a seeing prophet. Right. If you're the type of person who you get a lot of things that you write down, you're a scribe prophet. There's different types of prophets. Sometimes God tells you things that bubble up in your spirit. I gave this lesson, Joseph knows about this some time ago, to the type of prophet you are. Okay, why am I bringing up all of this? How you determine your content determines the platform. Once you have your content together, once you've identified, you've evaluated, you've figured out these are the customers that I want to speak to, that is what should, in other words, it should work backwards. We have a tendency to put the website first, the blog first, the calendar first, the video first, but meanwhile, we haven't focused on what the content is going to be. That should never be an afterthought. And when you don't have proper content, it shows. When you're not prepared, it shows. Okay? So that's the second thing. Third thing is acquire. So we talked about EIAC. Those are the 4 basics of marketing. For those of you who just tuning in, we're going to evaluate your end goal, evaluate your goals, evaluate your customers. Then the next thing you're going to do is identify what's the best platform. And the next thing is which is acquire. You're going to acquire. Okay? So you've got your website, you've got your blog, you've got your whatever it is that you've got, right? So now you've got to acquire traffic. How is traffic going to come? Okay, so we know there's different ways to get things like rankings, right? So if you're unfamiliar with all of these terms, and I was going to go into a whole thing, but then I wanted to kind of break it down and make it as simple as possible. Oh, it's almost 7:45 already? Jeez, we got to do this again, guys. Okay. Yeah, because I got to give you more information about rankings. Rankings don't have to do with how high your website ranks. Rankings have to do how high your pages rank. Right. That is how it's determined. So you can have websites that people probably don't know about a product page, but for some reason they know about the home page. So they keep pinging the home page, they keep going to the home page, and so that's ranking high. But it doesn't mean that they're searching for your content. Right. So they have to connect. They have to connect. Okay? So just for the sake of keeping with the time, I'm going to give you the last tip, and that is converting. Okay? Now let me just backtrack a little bit with the acquiring. You can do targeting videos. You can do YouTube videos. We talked about social media management, meaning posting regularly, Twitter, Facebook. And remember, keep in mind who your audience is. Mm-hmm. Your product or your service is usually your God-given gift that is already, like what Claudia said, that's the seed that's in you. So in order to nurture that, you're just highlighting what's already in you. Mm-hmm. There's not much more you can do than that. So who's in the driver's seat, really? Mm-hmm. Coach Shelia said, I just let God do the driving. I remember when you said that, Coach. Mm-hmm. You just let him drive. Let him lead you to the clients that you need. Let him lead you to the right persons. They will be concerned with your niche. They will be concerned with your product. They will identify. They will relate. They will want to do more than just stay on your home page. They'll search through your site. They'll look through different pages. You'll notice, wait a minute, I'm getting traffic on even the contact page. They want to know how to get in contact with you.
Right.
How do I get a hold of you? What if I got a question? What's your refund policy? What service? How is this connecting to my family? How's this speaking to my family? Okay. Last but not least, conversion. Conversion means how we make the money. Okay. Conversion is usually done by paid methods. Okay. But there are free methods.
Right.
Okay. You can do things like AdSense. Jimmie is very familiar with AdSense.
AdWords, yeah.
AdWords. AdSense and AdWords basically means paid Google traffic to your site that brings up certain keywords that people index and look at your site all the time. Your site is always at the top. Always. Why is it so important? A lot of people talk about, well, I got to be on the first page of Google. Because have you ever done a search for anybody and gone to the 5th page or the second page for that matter? Honestly, no one does it. That's the reason why it's so expensive. And that's the reason why it's so important. But see, you can do it. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars. It has to do with what words are tied to your site, which goes back to your content. Okay, so your content is gonna tie with your keywords. Maybe you have certain keywords. Let's say I have a website about coaching. Okay, I may want to put coaching, business, strategies, so that when people Google, those things are going to come up related to my website. And if I put those on each page, even if the content is not related to coaching thing and strategies, let's say the content is a product that you're selling.
Right.
They're going to want to check it out. What's this coaching product you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to want to check it out. Okay. So another business model that we haven't had a chance to talk about is things like CPA, which is cost per action. Okay, we haven't had a chance to talk about opt-ins, why your opt-in rate is important. Why is it so important for, just like you guys opted in and came on my website, on my webinar tonight, why is it so important to get people to opt in? Why? Because ultimately, as you will see in that free ebook that I sent out to everybody, it's important to have an email list. The fortune is in your list. The fortune is in your list. You can sell and market to anyone as long as you have a list. And in order to get a list, you got to get people interested in your product or your service.
Right.
Okay, so I had a whole bunch of stuff I wanted to talk about. I want to talk about bounce rate, but we're going to have to do this another night because I really want to open up the line for people that have questions. So can you?
You want to talk about what you're selling?
Oh, yeah, I do. I totally do. Okay. So, yeah. This is why he's here. I'm so glad he's here. Okay. So I also want to mention to you that I am offering this as a class for 4 weeks. And I am actually I'm packing about 31 weeks of information into 4 weeks. Okay. And this class normally is about $1,199. And I said, no, let's make it, let's lower it because everybody's going through right now. So then we made it to $199. But just for coming on tonight, I want to give it to everyone for about $99. I want to give you as much information as I can to arm yourself. When you are armed with information, there's nothing that you cannot sell. There's nothing that you can't present. There's nothing that you cannot do. You will get free information about ads. Well, it's not really free, it's a paid class, but you will get information about ads, unconventional ad places to go to. Do you know you can advertise in forums? Do you know you can advertise affiliate programs? How do they relate to you? Bounce rates. I was going to talk about that tonight. What does it mean, bounce rates? What does it mean when your emails are being bounced back by customers? And why is that so important? Your analytics, how to read your analytics. All of these things are very, very, very important. This information is vital to the life of your business.
Right.
It's vital. So with that being said, I'm gonna pass the mic over to Jimmie.
So what 3 things I want to give them.
And Jimmie is going to tell you, because we're giving away all kind of goodies tonight. We want to give you that bonus tonight with the $99 class for 4 weeks. And it's all modules and ebooks, so you can take it anytime you want. You don't have to wait until, oh, there's Dr. Shamonia. Okay. You can take it at any time you want. So there's modules, there's ebooks, there's MP3, there's videos, there's all kinds of good stuff in there.
Amen.
So that's one thing. And the second thing, I'm going to pass the earphones over to Jimmie so that he can tell you all the goodies he's going to give you.
Yep. Wow, Queen, you did a great job. And guys, I know it's a lot of information for a short period of time, but I understand that you guys, you understand what's going on here. You understand what your business needs, okay? Traffic and leads and sales is the lifeline of your company, all right? One of the main things I want to tell you is, and I always say this, the more you grow as a person, the more your income is going to grow. But even when you grow as a person, you still need access to things, okay? So when you have access and you understand how to have you have a magnificent product, getting 10 to 20 to 30 people to look at that product daily, that can make you a millionaire. It really can. And that's what we're here to do. We want to help you scale your business the right way. So what I'm going to do personally, in addition to you being on the call, you guys, some of you were with me last year with coaching, so you get an entire year of free coaching, but specifically in the area of how to drive 50 to 100,000 visitors to a website in a month. I'm going to show you how I did it, how it works. Just because you drive people to a website doesn't mean it's going to convert either. I'm just going to give you a millionaire tip right now, and I learned this from a multimillionaire. This guy made $700,000 per month with just one product he was selling. He says, Jimmie, when you have a product or service and you're trying to drive traffic to people who don't know you, never send them to a page without it being a landing page where they can enter their name and email. If you have a website and people already know you exist, they know all about you, then you send them to a regular website so they can buy something. But if you're trying to capture a lead and you pay for that lead, you want them to put their name and email in, and then you turn them over to the next page so they can buy. Because psychologically, it takes 6 to 8 times for a person to see something online, because people are not very trusting right now to buy online, even though they're at home. But by the 7th or 8th time, they'll put their credit card information in because they see you around on the internet now. You're sending them emails, you're using something called retargeting. These are all secrets that millionaires use to drive traffic to their site on autopilot. Okay? So I'm going to show you how to do all that stuff. Another thing I'm going to do for you, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. Okay, if you sign up for my wife's course tonight, because I know how to drive traffic, I'm a master at it. You can give me one link, I don't care what link it is, and I'm going to get you anywhere from 5. Well, let me see. Let me do the numbers in my head here. I'm going to get you 100 to 200 visitors per day. Most of that traffic is going to be U.S. traffic or English-speaking country traffic, depending on what you're selling, for 30 days. I'm going to give you a link. You can click on the link. You can see it this day. I had 150 people visit my site. The next day I had 170. It's going to average between $100 and $200. Well, 100, we're trying to translate it to money, but that's the kind of money you can make with 100 to 200 people going to your site a day. Yeah. If you made $1 per person, you could be a millionaire. Okay. The thing is, you have to have quality stuff when they get there. But I'm going to drive 100 to 200 people a day to your site, and then in addition to that, it's up to you to convert that traffic. So just for signing up, do the math on it. If it's 200 people a day, okay, because I can do that too. You're looking at about 6,000 people. Is that 6,000? 200 times 30. Yeah, 6,000. Yeah, I will guarantee you. I'm going to guarantee you 6,000 visitors to your site in a month. Yeah, I'm going to do it for 30 days. And again, what you want to do is you want to make sure that when you have them go there, when they get there, if they decide to go somewhere else, they get your name and you get their name and email first. Put them on a list, and then you begin to drive traffic to them. Okay. What else do we want to do for them, honey? What else can we do for them for free?
They're already getting this.
Yes, go ahead.
I don't know if Arlene can hear me. Well,
okay, here. She wants to hear you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, both of you can get on there.
Okay.
So I want you to be successful. I want everyone on here to be successful. If they sign up with you, I can do a free 30-minute strategic consultation with them to
Oh,
make
good.
sure
Awesome.
they've got the right product and they are honing in on the right, the right.
That's right.
That's
You
fantastic.
want that. You want
Wow.
that. You really do.
Wow.
Because remember,
Mhm.
this is going to determine what type of website you want, how much you're going to invest in traffic or not traffic, or the methods that you're going to advertise. All of this is going to tie together. So we want to make sure that you get the most value for your money. So with that being said, I want to go ahead. Can we unmute everyone now?
Yes, let's unmute everyone.
Okay, let's go ahead and unmute everyone
There's
so that we
already
can
a couple people that we've done some strategic planning with.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hold on, let me go ahead and unmute everyone.
All right, Javon says she's in.
All right.
All right.
Wow.
Mhm. And Arlene, you have to put a link there so they can go and sign up. You can put it in the
I
thing there,
will
okay?
sure enough do that.
All right, so
I
everyone
will
should
sure
be
enough do
unmuted. Just
that.
click unmute all. That should
Okay.
do it.
Thank you. 'Cause
Okay, all
Yeah.
participants should be unmuted now. You guys can speak and talk if you
no,
like.
because some of them I'm seeing that looks like
On their
still-
end, probably though, because I have a link that just unmutes them.
Okay.
How about if they raise their hand, it might be a little bit more organized. They can hit the button that says
Yeah.
raise their hand. I don't know. Would that help?
Yeah. Well, we have a
They're all muted.
They're all
Yeah,
all
if you
good.
guys
Okay,
on your
there we
end,
go.
on your end, you have to unmute on your end.
I think you might have to unmute on your end
Right,
because
'cause we
for some
unmute
reason
everyone,
it's
right.
not letting
Gotcha.
us unmute. And I'm also gonna, should I open up the video line too? Or?
Please, you can.
Okay, let's open up all the video lines too.
Mhm.
We want to see everybody's pretty face.
Let's take some
Everybody's,
calls. Who's
that's
gonna be the
right.
first brave one?
That's right.
Okay.
Okay, so May, my son.
Quavante's on.
So
Quavante, how you doing?
Quavante, how you doing, Q?
Hey.
Good to see you, man.
Eugene, what's up?
Or good to hear you anyway. There you go.
What's up?
There you go. All right, Eugene. Eugene, my brother, you got to unmute.
Javon
yourself.
should still commute because the kids are there. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That's all right.
All right, son.
That's
Joseph,
all right.
you're going to be on.
Catherine
my
Watson,
daughter
yes.
Kathy's on.
All right. Does anyone, okay, so while we're trying to unmute all these people, does anyone have any questions or does anyone have any suggestions or answers or we just want to hear from you. Get feedback. Hello?
Hey, Arlene, I don't know if people can hear me.
Yes, we can.
hear
So
you.
May, okay, before you say anything, everyone, okay, I got to tell you, this young man, this gentleman that I'm speaking with, you will hear he has a lovely accent. This is my son in the gospel. His name is Somé. If you need credit services, this is the man that you need to speak to. The name of his business is called Somé Consultants. I've never seen anyone do what he can do with credit. I've never, and I mean that. I'm not just blowing smoke. He really can do what he says.
Lena's pretty good too.
Lena also,
but
I know we have Lena also on here, and I'm trying to unmute
Somé is
everyone.
good. Yeah.
But I just had to put that out there. Anyway, go ahead, Somé. You had a question?
Well, sorry, today's your day, and I want to greet everybody on board. God bless everybody. God bless.
God bless you
Papa.
too.
Okay, thank you, sir.
God bless you too,
I
son.
don't know. I'm listening to the audio. I don't know if people can see me, but I'm at work. But I couldn't miss this. So this
okay.
is not prepared.
Okay.
It's not
Okay.
prepared.
Well, we
But
did
let me tell you this.
Uh-huh.
Anybody signing up for your service, I would do 1 to 2 month free credit repair service.
Oh my
for
gosh.
anybody. Send
Wow.
them my way.
Everybody is just wow.
Okay.
Wow. Very good. Wow.
Yeah, you definitely want to take advantage of that for real.
Wow.
Like,
Thank you, son.
Somé does guarantee results in
That's
30
great.
to 90
Oh, yeah,
days,
he's one of
and
the
he
best.
really means what he says.
Yeah,
He
he's
really
good.
means what he says.
Yeah.
So that's all I can say about that.
He's really good.
So is there anyone else that has a question or a comment? And definitely we'll have people's contact information. I'm going to have to send an email to everyone or something. Does anyone else have a question or a comment about some of the information or have something they want to say? Hey,
Hey,
Catherine.
Kathy. Hey, daughter, what's up? Hey there, how are you? Hey there, how are
I
you?
heard your voice there.
Yeah, we
Did
heard
you,
you.
how, first of all, how did you,
background.
that's okay, that's okay, that's okay, that's okay. And I know you've been having a couple sessions as well with Claudia. Did you have any questions for either of us?
So with having a plan for the business, because I, been working with Claudia, and oh my goodness, I mean, each and every one of you guys has been a godsend.
Wow.
And one time I did start a business a while ago, and it was like doing lotion and oils and me.
We can't hear you.
We can barely hear you, Kathy. If you could come a little closer to the phone. So,
Yeah.
okay, sorry. There we go. No,
Barely.
we can barely hear you.
Barely.
Yeah, barely hear you. We can barely hear you.
Come closer.
Come closer to your mic. There's an echo. Someone has an echo. If
Can you hear me?
okay, I can hear you now.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, Kathy.
Go ahead, Kathy.
Excellent.
So I started a business like a while ago with doing lotion and oils that God placed on my heart called Peachtree St.
Mhm.
Okay, I remember that.
Yes, you remember that, Dad?
I sure do, yeah.
It's a business that I started like a while ago,
Mhm.
and that God placed on my heart, and I started it, and then I stopped, and I started it, and then I
Mhm.
stopped.
Yeah.
So, it's all about keeping your mind there,
Yeah.
keeping your mind on the business, and wanting to help people. Lately with the new business that Mom, you and Dad has helped me with, Claudia has helped me with. It's like
Mhm.
when I go to sleep, like sometimes I can't even sleep because it wakes me out of my sleep, and I want to work on the business somehow.
Really?
It's always on my mind. So like when my children are asleep, I'm getting up. Like I gotta play something on this business, or God gave me the name, or like writing things down and switching it. Is when God really has you in a business, sometimes you cannot sleep because you just getting so much from God,
Yeah.
and you just know that it's right.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Mom, I really appreciate all this information you gave me. I went to a hotel a while ago, and I was helping another young lady with her business. While everybody was in the room networking, there was a millionaire in front of the room. He was giving away free information.
Yeah.
He came up to me and said, "Young lady, you are very wise. You are the only person sitting here getting this $1 billion information while everyone else is busy in the room networking." I was the only one sitting there. He asked me, why was I sitting there and why wasn't I networking? I said, "Sir, you know how much people, how a person in your position, how much a person in your position would charge for this information, and I'm sitting here getting it free."
Wow.
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
And so I think about the free information that I'm getting tonight from you, Mom. Like, this is $1 billion information, and how God is allowing everyone to come in as a team. And me helping with the 1 or 2 months free, Claudia helping with the 30-minute session.
Right.
You just don't know. That can change your life.
Yeah.
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 This information can change your life.
That's right.
Well, we're really in
So
a
it's
time.
not something that's just, I'm just sitting here listening.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Claudia, you were about to.
I'm sorry. But I'm sorry. My question is, sorry, go ahead, Claudia.
Go ahead, honey. No, your question is important. Go ahead.
Yeah, we want to
I'm
hear
sorry. Yeah, sometimes you get on here and feel like you're about to preach, Mom. I'm there with you. So my question is, like, once you get the traffic on your website and you get people engaged, how do we constantly keep them engaged? I can I can get a website up going. How can you keep the people engaged once you have the information on there? Do you start new things? Do you give it a month or two? Do you switch it up? Do you say, I got new things going on? From the time that you start, when is a good time to kind of switch up, just to keep the people engaged and coming back to your website, seeing if it's new things on there, any new things that you're doing?
Okay, so I usually what I like to recommend is, I'm a person who, and Claudia kind of pointed it out. I love schedules. I love to work on schedules and calendars. I love it when, you get a Monday spiff, you get a Tuesday spiff, you get a Wednesday spiff.
Mm-hmm.
There's something different happening each day. So what I normally do when I have a branding and a strategy call with a customer is I try to evaluate, okay, number one, after we've discovered what your product or service is going to be, let's figure out how we're going to continually get your product in that person's face. Are we going to do it by social media? Are we going to continue to post daily? And we're going to post spiffs daily? Now, what a lot of people don't know is polls, forums, and questionnaires. People, for some reason, they love when they can have a conversation with you. It's
Right.
not just a one-sided conversation.
Right.
So forums, as a matter of fact, we're getting ready to integrate a forum into the JW Acquisitions website, because we have so many people within our network that want to hear more about wholesaling, real estate investing, commercial, that, and everyone has something to contribute. And sometimes you may go on a forum and you may ask a question and someone else will answer it for you. And it doesn't always have to come from us.
Right.
You're always willing to learn from someone. So with that being said, to answer your question, it's always good to have a plan already established.
Right.
You already have your product. You already have evaluated your customer. So you decide that, okay, I want to engage them with social media at least once a week, right? I want to put something out there about my product at least once a week. And I want to also interject, because I believe in people marketing. Okay? Don't just be about your product.
Right.
Sometimes people just need to see you. They need to see your personality. So it's okay to put your personality into it.
That's right.
I mean, some Facebook pages, I wouldn't recommend that you would go to those Facebook pages, because they trying to sell a business and it looked like they had a strip club. I don't know what's going on. That's not something, you know what I'm saying? If you're serious and you want me to take you seriously, and you're telling me about, let's say, the lotions that you mentioned, or the soaps and so forth like that. So you go and you advertise. You may advertise that 3 or 4 times a week, but maybe you may tie it into something personally relating to you. You're a mother with 2 children. Right. How do these soaps and lotions relate to those kids? What are they doing for your kid's skin? How you have to figure out how to interact with your customer. And the best way to do that is to get to know your customer. And the best way to get to know that is to continually post content that is relevant to them. And you'll see the pulse, because people will respond. They'll give you a thumbs up, a thumbs down. Facebook has all these new emojis now. I mean, Instagram has these different emojis, so people will respond. And you, one thing about free traffic, for those of you that are on, because it can be very costly spending the money on traffic.
Yep.
So social media is the slow and steady route. And the reason why I say slow and steady, because you have to be persistent with it. It's not something you can say, well, I'm just going to go 1 month and then I'll forget about it in another month, and I have to go back and re-engage. It doesn't work like that. It's as if you and I have a relationship now. So I'm expecting something from you. I may not psychologically say that, but whenever I get that notification, oh, wait a minute, Demita just posted something, or Javon just posted a new property, or Joseph just posted something about manna from heaven, or Catherine just posted something about Casey. I forget the name of your business, Catherine. I'm sorry. I apologize.
K Connects Consultants.
K Connects Consultants. Thank you so much.
Right.
So it's the slow and steady route. In other words, you have to be persistent about it. So that means that you have to get a social media calendar in place. Like I said, I'm all about the calendars. Get your posts organized, get what you want to say. You don't have to go into a whole wordy post. The only person I know who's really good at long posts that really relate to people is this guy right here. I don't know how he does it. Seriously. But people take the time to read. And I think it's because they connect with his heart. So that's saying something too. So I hope I answered your question. Okay.
Yes, you did. Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Does anyone else have any other questions? We're trying to unmute everybody, and for some reason,
and you know what? I want to show them something here. You know what, guys? I'm going to show you that we're not joking here. Hold on one second. I want to kind of pull this up real quick here. Because some people, sometimes they want to see it.
They want to see the proof.
Yeah, they're like, Jimmie, well, what are you talking about? Well, let me see what this is really all about here. I'm going to show you one of my MailChimp accounts, okay? This is what I actually invited you guys to come on here. Now, if you know anything about numbers with email marketing is one of the fastest ways to get a quick response in a few seconds.
Yeah.
You can blast an email list out to 10,000 people, okay? Depending on what they're doing, you can get 3,000 visitors to that website just like that. This is the campaign where I invited you guys. Now, if you know anything about marketing on the averages with when you're doing any kind of email marketing, the open rate, the best open rate possible, I would say average.
Wait. But tell them what the open rate means.
Give me a second.
Okay.
Open rate simply means just that. When it comes to you, how many people actually open
your email?
So we send it to, let's say, 1,000 people, right? If 100 people open, that's a 10% open rate, which is really, really good.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I just did here. We did this. We invited you guys to come on here. All right, I'm going to show you what the averages are. All right, so if you look here, industry average, okay, they're telling you what my peers are doing, 23%. So let's get, hypothetically, if it's 1,000 people, you got 230 people that would open it. That if you have a really good email campaign. I've been doing this as of late. I'm below average, but I stayed away from you guys for a couple of months. Look how many of y'all opened this up. Out of about 2,000 people, 60%.
That's just showing you how many people are engaged.
Yes. This many people opened it up. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. This many clicks.
1,171.
Guys, I'm not just talking here. I don't want to be one of these guys say, "Oh, Jimmie's talking." No, this is, and I can see who opened it when they opened it. And you see, hold on, let me finish this.
Yeah.
Let me just show them this. And we know what you click on.
Mm-hmm.
You need to know what your customers are engaging in. You need to know what they're looking at.
Exactly.
You see that?
Because that's how you can gear your marketing towards them. You can't, if they're coming to your website and they're going to the homepage, what is it that they're looking at on the homepage?
Absolutely. So
what do you have on your homepage that's engaging them?
Exactly. I'm going to show you how to do this. Now, 60% is way above average because I stayed away for 3 or 4 months. If I was more consistent, that number would be more around here. But because I said, I'm going to stay away from you guys, my wife and I are restructuring, we're rebranding, 60%. Now, that's highly unlikely that would happen all the time, but I'm going to show you how I do that, okay, on my list. Now, look, 6 people unsubscribed, 39 bounced, which means 39 people did not get it. Okay, the list is this is just one of my email lists, okay? This is a list I built myself on Facebook.
That's 1,900. That's almost 2,000 people.
Absolutely. This many people opened. That many people clicked. They clicked more than one time, so 25 clicks here. But I'm just trying to show you there's so many ways to get traffic. Now, this traffic, I paid a price for it. I spent hours on Facebook, different Facebook groups, offering free videos, free content. That's one of the keys to creating wealth and abundance. The more you give away, now you can't give everything away, but you have to find a way to give away certain things for free. And then you mix that with, hey, you get this video over here for $99. I'm going to give you 12 videos. And then you put them on your list. You cultivate the list. Again, when they start knowing you a couple of months down the road, like, I know Jimmie. I'm going to check him out.
What you're doing is you're creating what they call a symbiotic relationship between yourself.
I like that.
Symbiotic meaning life relationship. That's
Right.
like how animals and plants and different life forms grow together.
Right, exactly.
Meaning we have to have some symbiosis. We have to be able to work together.
Well said.
There has to be a connection. We have to intertwine in some kind of way. So with the advent of internet marketing and social media marketing, it's really been about the best way to connect with my customers so they understand my product. So the best thing that you can do is be transparent. The best thing that you can do is be transparent.
That's right.
The best thing that you can do is be yourself.
Right.
The best thing that you can do is you can over deliver and under promise. Am I saying that right?
Under promise, over deliver.
Under promise and over deliver. Under promise and over deliver. Meaning give more. Give more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the best thing to do also is to discover once you have that discovery call with Claudia, that is going to help you to determine who your customer is, because a lot of us don't think about the customer. We go into it from a product mindset. I'm just going to get my product out there and everybody loves it. One of the biggest lessons I personally learned in my own life from before even doing marketing, when I was in the fashion industry for 26 years, I came out of fashion school. I went to FIT in New York, and I had all these huge ideas, and I was gonna do plastic sleeves and all kind of craziness. And I got out there, and my boss looked at me like, "What kind of sketches are you giving me? What is this?" It's never really about you and what your ideas are. It's about your customer and what your customer will relate to.
Absolutely.
If you're selling clothes, are you selling to more women? Are you selling to men? Are you are they plus size women? Are they slender women? Are they tall? Are they in their 60s or 40s? What's their taste level? How much money do they make per year? That's going to determine who's going to shop with you.
Absolutely.
Do you want the Walmart customer, or do you want the Saks Fifth Avenue customer? That's another question that you need to ask yourself. Because if you want the Walmart customer and you want to mass produce, if you want the Walmart customer, you want to mass produce, your product has to be that way.
Absolutely.
Okay, you can't go out of a certain scope. You have to make it reachable for all. But if you want to make it reachable for all, you can't do both. You can't make a ton of profit. So in other words, think in your mind, how do I scale that customer? How do I scale that business? How do I grow that business? That business grows. The Walmart business has grown because what do they do? What do you see when you go to Walmart? You see this brand and you see the Walmart brand. Right? And Walmart's brand is always 10 cents less. So what happens? You inevitably going to go shop with Walmart brands. So anybody that puts their product in there, I mean, inevitably, they're going to go with the Walmart brand because it's cheaper. It's better for their finally. Now, Joseph just said, give me the Saks Fifth Avenue. Now, if you want that customer, you got to be at that level. You got to be at that level. Listen, when I was a clothing designer, if I go spend $600 on a Chanel suit, the tailoring better look like a $600 Chanel suit.
I know that's right.
Okay, I'm just saying. I'm not trying to, you know what I mean? It better be there. It better be there, which means you're going to have to invest more in your production, your whatever it is that you're doing. You got to your packaging. How's your packaging look? When your customer gets your package in the mail, what does it look like?
Yeah, you're not gonna find a Saks Fifth Avenue suit in Walmart.
Hello. 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 Yeah. What's going to happen when they receive your package? If you want to be branded and set apart, are they going to receive something with a pretty label and a pretty brand? I'll give you a perfect example. I have a customer recently who launched natural products. She likes to make natural soaps, natural skin creams, natural body products, detox products. She's very good at what she does. But the packaging looks like caca. I'm sorry, I can't think of a nicer way to put it. Why am I going to spend exactly? Why would I spend $40, $50 on just because someone says, yeah, you know, that's a really good product. Okay, that's good, but it looks bootleg. It looks like something that I could probably get in Walmart and mix it together in the shelf and make it myself. Why am I going to spend $120 on there for that? So just some things to think about. Does anyone else have any questions? I feel like it's crickets, man. And you guys, I feel an energy out there.
Are they all business owners on here? Are they all business owners?
I think some of them, it looks like all of them are entrepreneurs and business owners.
I think so,
yeah.
My brother Eugene.
I know Eugene is on. I know Eugene, the money man. Eugene is, that's what I'm talking about.
Hey Eugene, how are you?
Me, my phone's ready to die.
Oh, okay.
Ready to die. Okay.
How's it going? All right.
How you
my
doing,
phone's
man?
ready to die, so I had to keep plugging it in.
Oh
no. How you doing, man?
Good.
Yeah. Yes.
Quick question for you.
Yeah.
Good. So I know you said that Arlene, you said you're giving a consultation, and actually both of you all are giving consultations, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, that's correct.
Me, Arlene, and Claudia's
And Claudia is
giving
giving a consultation.
mistake.
And
Right.
so May also is giving giving credit. Yeah, so May is giving credit repair.
1 to 2 months, right, for free.
Okay.
So you're getting a lot of stuff. Go ahead, Eugene.
It's fine,
So my question is, who do we go to first?
What do you go to first?
Honestly, I would go to Claudia first because
Right.
if you don't have your
My question is, who do we go to first?
Yes,
Yeah,
I would go to
Claudia.
Claudia first. And the reason why I say that is because you got to start with a plan first. You got to start with the right mindset. And then once you have that plan and that strategy together, let's sit down and let's talk about how we're going to implement that plan. Let's figure out how we're going to market that.
Right.
Now, another thing that I'm you know, I got you on here. Eugene, for those of you that don't know, Eugene is our acquisitions manager, JW Acquisitions.
Right.
And I'm so glad that he's
with
on.
Claudia already.
And he works already with Claudia.
Mhm.
They're doing some deals in New Jersey area, this Northeast region. So they're really working some stuff together.
Yeah.
You know, I got to say that, you know, for those of you that are on this line that are in the real estate industry, and the way that the real estate industry is marketing itself now, like you got to be really creative to market in real estate because you're dealing with realtors that are already being backed with a whole lot of money and a whole lot of whatever, and they're passing out cards, they're passing out door hangers, they're passing out this, they got passing out that. People are doing meetups, they're doing group talks, they're doing Zoom this, they're doing a lot of stuff. There's a hidden secret. Twitter is your secret weapon. Twitter is your secret weapon. Twitter and LinkedIn. LinkedIn for business to business connections. LinkedIn also for business to customer connections, depending on what you were selling and what you're trying to, if you're on here for real estate and you're trying to get commercial and property in particular, LinkedIn is where you need to be. You need to be on LinkedIn, okay? And you also need to be on Twitter. Okay.
Wow.
So, all right. Okay, so did we answer you? Eugene, did you have any other questions? Okay, Eugene might have tapped out. I see a hand.
Eugene, you still there?
Okay. Yeah, I saw somebody
that was
with a hand up.
That was
okay, okay, cool.
Okay,
Cool,
we'll
cool.
see you. Okay, you good? Okay. Okay, good. Okay.
Okay.
Good to hear from you, brother.
Good to hear from you, brother. Is anybody else that has any questions? Where's my Demeter? I see my Javon.
I'll give you a call later on.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Okay. All right, who else? Okay,
All
great.
right.
Thanks, Eugene.
All right.
Who else
And my
has a question?
Javon. Javon is another one. She's in the Atlanta area, and that is a beast, okay? She is on fire in the real estate market. She's on fire with her personal business.
She's here. She says she's here.
She says she's here.
She's with the kids, so she can't unmute.
Yes, I know. We understand, but I've got to tell everybody about Javon and
is
Javon's
awesome.
service.
Yeah.
Javon is, if you need anything really real estate related, that's who you need to call. And
She's
if
a
you need
realtor.
her
She's
number,
she's an agent.
please contact us. We will let you know so you can get a hold of her. So yeah,
Javon, you're an agent and a realtor. Is that correct? Or
we're getting private messages from her, everybody.
yeah. But we've been knowing her since we started our group last year, and she was a big part of our admin team and strategist.
And could you also talk about Lena? Because Lena's another one, man. Lena Larkins was on our last coaching session that we did with, I think it was with Coach Shelia and Dr. Shamonia.
Yeah. So Javon said, yes, she does both.
Okay. She does both. Okay.
So,
all right.
And she has other products and services that she
provides.
That we actually use.
Use, yes.
But Lena Larkins, I met her through, and that's always, I keep telling you guys, you got to advertise. I put an ad in a newspaper. Not a newspaper, pardon me, I keep saying that. And on Craigslist. Another effective way to advertise. For $5, you can put your ad out there in front of, thousands upon thousands of people. And I had a project where I was doing business funding, and she answered that call, and she's been with us ever since. She's been mentoring and helping us with finances. I mean, she has her FICO is nearly 800, and she's mastered ways to get funding. And I hired her as an assistant, but she's a heck of a lot more than an assistant.
She's on our team. She's on our team.
Mm-hmm.
Lena is part of our team.
Yeah,
part of the JW Acquisitions team. And I didn't even really want to thank you so much for posting, Javon. Real estate and health and beauty products, both. She's a beast on that.
Right.
Let me just switch back to Lena.
Yeah.
Lena has information on loans.
Yes.
credit repair.
Yes.
Lena is extremely knowledgeable.
She's one of the best out
Extremely
there.
knowledgeable and
Yep.
very helpful and very good at what she does. So I just want to give Lena some props and thank you so much for joining us.
She's amazing.
Okay, can you add a video on your webpage when a customer visits your page, that personal touch, a video that, oh, don't worry. Actually, we're going to add this replay. So those of you who were not able to stay to the end, or, you know, we'll have a replay on the actual website. So I'm going to upload that as soon as tonight and get that up there so that we can also have the replay video. And you will also be able to go ahead and purchase this course for $99 because trust me, it's so much information. I mean, and I didn't even get a chance to scratch the surface.
You have the link.
You know,
put it in there for
so
you,
but let me go ahead. I'll put the link in. Is this giving?
While
to
she's doing
everyone?
that, I'm going to say this. There is a way, and I've discovered this, and it's very powerful. I've learned that you have several different types of customers. You have the customer that will invest $10,000 with you, and you have the customer or the client that will invest $10. Now, some companies are not built for people for clients that will do the $10. They only have products and services for $10,000 and up. But you got to use wisdom when it comes to when you have a variety of things you're offering. You have to understand your audience. I'll give you an example of that. If you look at Armani, this man was very wise. He has Armani Privé, which is for the exclusive, the high-end guys, $5,000 and $10,000, $20,000 suits. This ain't one of them, but I'm getting one real soon, right, honey? All right.
It's already in the mail.
But then you have
literally
you have Armani Exchange. Armani Exchange is the college kids, the high school kids, you know, and it's $20, $25, $30 to buy a shirt. The man was genius because he's got the young crowd. He's got the what's the youngest crowd today? I don't want to say Generation Z. Yeah, but
that's it.
You know what I mean? The millennials, and then he's got the older guys that are more sophisticated. He found a way to get both. I mean, and so you know, you want to think that way when you think about how to scale your business. But some people, you know, they don't want everyone. They only want this particular client over here. But you need to think about both. And then when you master that, you know, I did a meeting a long, long time ago, and I took out a $20 bill in my pocket. I did public speaking. I did at a college at the University of Florida. I took out a $20 bill and a $5 bill and a quarter. Put them all on the table. I asked one guy to come up. I said, as an entrepreneur, pick the dollar amount. You can only pick one that you want your customer. What level of customer do you want? He picked up the $20 bill. I said, well, give it back. I said, if I was in your shoes, I'd take the $5, the $20, and the quarter. I said, when you're an entrepreneur, you have to have the mindset, don't leave no money on the table. Well, that's predicated on the amount of value that you bring to those clients.
Yes.
And you got to understand you have different types of people at different levels. And he said, wow, I never thought about that. I said, yes, because there are times where everybody can't afford this over here, but they can afford that. But you have to build your value and continue to create opportunities so they can have access to those products and services. I mean, guys, we're in an age now where you know, there's so many millionaires being made online, but you have to have something specific. It has to touch a certain niche, and you have to set yourself apart from competition. You have to, okay, or you'll get left in the dust.
And whether whether we like it or not,
this is the link.
Listen, yeah, okay. But I think I might have sent it to Lena privately. I was trying to send it to everyone.
Okay, so copy it if you can. Okay. Can you copy that?
I'm trying to send the link for everyone so that you guys can have it. Because after this, it won't let me copy it.
There you go. Oh, let me help you. You keep talking. I'll get that.
Okay. Yeah. We're in a day and age right now where, truthfully, everyone is doing something online, whether you like it or not. Everyone has to become computer savvy. You know, whether you're a baby boomer, whatever age group you're in, everyone has to be doing something online. And unfortunately, because I don't want to say unfortunately, but because we talked about on Coach Sheila's show the last time, we said this was not just a pandemic, but this was a plandemic, meaning this is a time for us all to come together and to plan. Yeah. This is for us to get a plan together about what we want to do. I believe this was the Most High's way of shutting everything down and say, okay, so you're ready for this wealth transfer, right? So what's the strategy? What are you putting in place for this wealth strategy, this wealth transfer to happen? Because we've been taught traditionally that wealth is just going to fall out of the sky. Right. Listen, I was reminded again today If you call him Jesus, if you call him Yahusha, you know for sure that he didn't walk around with ministers and broke people. He walked around with lawyers, doctors, tax collectors. Peter was a businessman. Everybody was a businessman.
Entrepreneurs.
How we're going to get this wealth transfer, especially if you are lower middle class and you are on this phone, it's going to be through you establishing a business.
Absolutely.
It's going to be through you creating a legacy for your children and your family. Right. And you're not going to do it with that 9-to-5. I hate to break it to you, but they don't design 9-to-5s for that.
Exactly. And the missing component is trust me, just traffic.
Traffic. Now, when that traffic gets to your site, again, you want to halt them by saying, okay, you're at my site. If you decide to leave and go somewhere else, give me your name and email. You get them in there, put them on the list. That's how you saw that. That's how you saw that list I built. They got there. They didn't want to buy it then, but they came back. And then you take that traffic, you nurture that traffic. You know, don't just treat them like a number. Right.
Build rapport and say, hey, you're important to me.
Reach out to them. Right. Interact with them personally.
Exactly.
How can I assist you?
Me and my wife are both alpha, so she get going, I get going, and I'm gonna digress. This is her show.
No. Okay, so I also want to show. Listen, I don't know if you can see it because you know.
Put it up a little bit. Straight.
Okay. This website. This is Claudia's website. It's called Kingdom Concepts and Strategies. We sent it out to everyone. Okay. So in case you are interested in a consultation, you just go here and you can see right here, you can get on her waiting list because a lot of people want to talk to Claudia. So
absolutely,
getting a consultation right now is a very good idea.
Claudia is awesome. Claudia has been counseling me on
another thing. The website where you sign up on the 100K traffic info, there's a login section at the very bottom of the website. For those of you that created an account, it won't be on there tonight, so don't go on there tonight. Go log it in. What we're going to do is we're going to upload the replay of this webinar so that you can watch it over again and take information from what you need.
Javon was asking where to get the 4-week course.
Okay, that's the next thing. I'm going to, the link for the 4 weeks course, once you log in to see the replay, it's going to be on that page.
Okay.
So all you're doing is you're logging in. You'll see the replay at the top, the video replay at the top. And then when you scroll down, you'll see the 4-week course for $99. It'll be worth the investment. Trust me.
Yep.
Trust me.
It sure will.
So thank you so much, Javon.
Please, if you are getting the 99 package with Arlene, please take advantage of my 30-minute consultation.
Yes.
So that when you do talk to Arlene, there's no time being wasted. We've already pinpointed what you want and what's your product and who's your market.
Right.
That way, Arlene can take it from there.
And I am definitely going to advocate, like I said, even when you sign up for the class, I'm going to ask you, listen, did you get a chance to do your consultation with Claudia? Because it's very important. We want to make sure that we don't waste time. Because listen, like I said, they're not everyone kind of didn't leave. It kind of had to leave to the end. But there are like, okay,
still
so we still got 12 people. So we got 12 millionaires on the phone.
Yeah.
Listen, your time is more important.
She was going to say something. Okay.
Oh, go ahead, Claudia.
If I know that I worked with Joseph and I know I worked with Kathleen. Kathleen, if you could give a 2-minute testimonial, you know, your experience when we had a 15-minute conversation.
Yeah.
How did we start that conversation? It was a little low, right? Low vibe.
Yes.
Wow.
Tell us what happened in 15 minutes.
Yes, it was a little low, like, you know, like, what am I going to do? Always been a working mom of 2 boys and just feeling, just really down,
Yeah.
This whole pandemic just got people just feeling, trapped in, what are they going to do and things like that. And, the enemy is definitely there for idle mind. So, right. Just speaking with Claudia and Mom on the phone and us just talking, it started out like, oh goodness, what am I going to do? I got 2 boys. I'm a single mother. Like, I'm used to working.
Questions, right?
Yes. She started asking me questions. What do I want to do? What's my passion? Like, what do I love to do? What is my goal? And so Claudia asked me a whole bunch of questions, and you know, in the midst of my mind just being all over the place, it's kind of like she froze me, like, you know, answering them questions. But when I did, it was like something lit up in me.
Yes.
Right.
And for 1 minute I was low, and for the next minute it was like, yes, Claudia, I just had this fire in me. Yes, I have a passion for this. I have a passion to help people. I love, this is something that's been in me that I've been doing for years.
Yes.
And she said, okay, hone in on that. Use that. That's something that's been planted in you for a long time, so it's something that's not unfamiliar to me. So just in that instant, Claudia lit a match in me, something that was always burning in me, that I kind of lost that light for just a little bit. And she lit that fire, and I was on it. I was on it.
Nice.
So proud of you, Kathleen.
Yeah.
You sure did. You took it and ran with
homework to do. She wanted me to come up with my mission for the business, my statement, what was my audience, or how am I looking to help people. And she asked me a lot of key questions. She asked me to write things down, and that is the key. Having that quiet time to write things down.
Yes.
That place with yourself. What is your why, like Jimmie said, in helping people, and what is your niche? And my niche, Claudia, that flame right back into me. And me and Claudia and Mom had a good time on the phone. Praising God and thanking Him, you know.
What it was great about that, and what's great about a one-on-one consultation is that everybody, I noticed that everybody's different. Not everybody that I'm going to talk to, I'm going to say, write a mission statement.
Right.
It was necessary. You know? So it got her thinking, it got her writing, I got her meditating. What I did is I broke a paradigm that she was in at the moment. This paradigm of, oh my gosh, just what are we gonna do? And it was, you know, and all I said is, okay, and that's what I love to do. I love to get in your brain, your heart, by asking you questions, and then I pull you out of that. That's what I did. And I pulled you out, and I said, no,
you did that.
And can I also,
I said, what was that woman boss?
Yes.
Can I also say, Claudia, there's something that you say.
I said, what does that woman look like?
Okay. Claudia, if I could also say that Claudia says to me all the time, she's like, wait a minute, isolated, sis. That is a limited thought. You're now in a place of limited thinking. And so that's something that we also have to address. And that was something that Claudia pointed out with me, is there's some of the things that have hold us back, because let's just face it, we've inherited certain negative traditions, certain negative thought patterns from our past, things that we just haven't dealt with. And they create strongholds in our mind.
Right.
So we're continuously limited in this place, and we're replaying that limited thought over and over and over and over and over and over and over. And we're trying to figure out why haven't I progressed past one place to another? Because there's a limited thought that is not allowing you to move past. But looking at it the way that Claudia was telling me, it's like, okay, if we're saying to this mountain, be thou removed and cast into the sea, then we've got to understand, wait a minute, that's a mountain I'm talking to that I have the authority over. So it's now backing up from that limiting thought and remembering who you are and your ability to speak to that thing and your ability to challenge that thing and deal with that thing. And that's how we deal with challenges in life. That's how we deal with challenges in business. That's how we deal with challenges in any area, any arena.
Absolutely. And I want to say something really quick, Claudia. Again, it was just had to be the Most High that brought you our way, because we've been looking for someone like you for a long, long time.
Yeah.
Claudia has this ability to look inside of a person and pull out the best of them, and actually give them structure. Okay, a lot of people can't do that. A lot of people, I like to say, self-proclaim. Hey there, Bridget Dees. How are you?
Hey, Bridget. How you doing, my sister?
Hi.
Hi there. She has this ability to look inside of a person and identify things. And she's going to be. I got my coaching session with her. This was it next week. So I'm getting myself together. And getting ready. And she can help you get it structured, because it's one thing to point out something in someone's life, but to pull it out, give them structure, and give them direction on how to get to the next level, that's a different animal. That's a different beast. Most people fail there. That's one of the 30 causes of failure. They can't identify what's wrong, and even if they do, they have no plan of action to fix it. Now, I'm going to put my daughter out there because I've been knowing her since 2010. Daughter, I love you, okay?
Oh, boy.
Now,
here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, I met her in Baltimore, Maryland, yeah. And she's one of my closest daughters. And I mean, I'm not just saying that. We have a lot of history together, her and the apostle. Yeah, my spiritual father, which is a lot of ways her spiritual father, Apostle Furby, he consecrated me to the office of apostle, and but anyway, what I'm saying is there was a time in, I think 2015, when she came down with my wife and I in Palm Bay, near Orlando, and I kept telling her, I said, it's the mind, because we were in, that was my last multi-level marketing company, because that's why I never knocked multi-level marketing. If you know what you're doing, you get in there, you get the right mindset. You know this, Claudia, we were both in Amway several times. It is mindset. And I was telling her, you got to get out of the job mindset. Okay. Job. I had one guy, he was kind of insulting. People didn't like him. He's died now. His name is Bill Britt. He said, jackass of the boss. That's what a job means. And I'm like, that's pretty tough.
Wow.
I said, that's pretty tough. Then he goes on to say, he said, just over broke. I said, I can accept that more. I don't want to tell anybody jackass of the boss. But that word jackass is in the Bible. It's not said that way, but he's saying,
that's right.
But what he's saying, and I told her, you got to get out of, it's nothing wrong with working hard with your hands. The Bible talks about that. But if you want to have a legacy, a good man or good woman leaves a legacy for the children and children's children, leave an inheritance.
Right.
And I told her that at that time. But sometimes when you're so close to people, they're familiar with you and they can't receive it the same way. And she was in that. We was in 5 Links together. 5 Links is a very good company. Nothing negative to say about them. A lot of millionaires, especially in Baltimore. In fact, one of the richest women on the planet. Yeah. Young black woman. She's in her 40s now. She makes about $15 million a year. You know what I'm talking about, Tashina Anderson?
I know.
$15 million a year. Okay.
I remember that.
Yeah, but at the time she's making $5 or $6 million. But we're talking 5 years now. Her and her husband. Her husband is they beat everybody in the dust. But my point is, they always taught the same thing. There was limited mindset. She had to get people together, teach them, listen, get out of that mindset. We're in Baltimore, it might be a bad, poor city, whatever, but we can make money here. And they built a huge team there. And so, but what Claudia has been able to do with you in that short period of time, I'm just like, I could never do it because you're just too familiar with me. I love you. But to see her to be able to do that with you, I'm pleased with that. So Claudia, kudos to you. I can't wait.
Kudos to Claudia.
Yeah. Claudia, I can't wait to see what you're going to do with my business next week.
You told me I was going to, I'm a trailblazer in Baltimore.
I did.
A trailblazer in Baltimore.
Yes. All praises to the Most High. Yes, you are. Okay.
Listen, so I want to just remind everybody just for coming on and participating. So here's all of what you're going to get. You're going to get this ebook, which is going to be emailed out to you for free. And it's how to build your first email list. How to build your first email list. Because some of you are asking, okay, so where am I going to get emails from? How do I get that? So this is a whole lot of chapters, and this is a whole lot of me just downloaded into this book right here.
Yes.
How do you get your first? Hey, Bridget. How do you build your first email list? How do you capture that lead? Once the lead comes to your website, once the lead comes to your social media page, what do you do with it? How do you build that list? So that's very important. That's number one.
Right.
Number two, you're going to get a discount just for tonight to purchase that class for $99. I'm going to be uploading the modules come this weekend. Okay. So you want to jump on that. It's only $99. It's 4 weeks of content and you can watch it. You can ebook. There's ebooks that you can read. There's MP3s that you can listen to. There's a whole lot of information. Okay. And we're going to release that this weekend. So that's the second thing.
Right.
The third thing, you're going to get coaching with this guy here.
Right. On any subject.
Any subject.
Buying other businesses, which is hot right now. Mastermind, growing your mindset, or, fix and flip with property. A lot of people want to do all that. But mostly mindset is what's most important. And here's another thing I'm going to do for you. If you're not ready to drive that traffic, because again, I'm not going to drive 200 visitors to your website, and your website is not ready for that. If you don't have a landing page, you could say, hey, Jimmie, give me 3 months. Or I can show you, I have a program that does it. I can get you on the first page of Google for less than $3,000 or $4,000 a month. If you ask, go Google this, go ask any search engine optimization company that does it. They're charging $3,000 to $5,000 just to get you.
I know, because we do that.
Right. Now I can do it for less than maybe $500 a month. You know why? Because the connections that we have. So if you're on the first page of Google, somebody's typing in looking for your product. I don't care if you're selling hair, glasses, or whatever it is, your suits. When you're on that first page, that's going to scale your business automatically. And I'll teach you how to do it. And I will, you can pay us to do it for you. All right. But if you're not ready to get that traffic that I promised, when you're ready, it's on the table. Okay. But you got to act and get in within 24 hours. Okay.
Now keep it. Okay. So I'm telling you about all the spiffs. You're also getting a 30-minute session with Claudia, who right now currently has a waiting list. Okay. And we've already explained in detail the value behind this, because it's important that when you get ready to launch your business, that a plan is in place.
Right.
Y'all don't come see me if y'all ain't got no plan. I'm just letting y'all know. I can't help you. No, I can help you. I'm just teasing. I'm just kidding. I can help you. I can help you. In addition to that, my spiritual son, Somay, who is on the line.
Somay? Okay, good.
Yeah, my spiritual son, Somay, who's on the line, is giving, he's giving away credit repair for 2 months.
Guys, that's valuable. This guy is
awesome. Listen. If I could tell you the things that he's done for us in just a matter of 15, 20 days.
Yeah.
I mean, customers, it's only lawyers and doctors and those types of people that get access to Somay. That's the type of people he works with. So that is extremely valuable. And if you need his website, it's Somay Consultant. I will go ahead and post that as well at the end of this video. So anything else I'm forgetting?
Well, I don't think you are. I think that's pretty much wrapped up. I just want to make sure there's anybody. Is anybody else? Does anybody have anything else?
Any questions before we?
Lena, Lionel, anyone of y'all? You guys?
Yeah. Wait a minute. My brother Lionel Hilaire. That's an affiliate marketer for you, boy. He's
a visionary.
That's a visionary. Yes.
Their own show, and
yes,
you guys might have saw us on the show that we did on there. We were talking about our entire life story.
For survivors.
Yeah, yeah. Him and his wife are awesome. Lionel, would you share a few words with us, or you don't feel like talking right now? He's probably like, I'm tapped out.
Hello.
There you go.
Yes,
there you go, brother. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. I like what Arlene is sharing about when it comes to marketing. And, some of you as well.
Awesome.
Good.
Yeah. Let me get on video. Hold on one moment.
Okay.
All right. That's it.
Now he's got the personality for it.
That's what I'm saying. That's my brother, preacher, man. That's
and
right. There we go.
My man.
CEO
and,
chair.
Really, what I like what you hear, because what you're saying is true. When you're doing business with others, you want to build a relationship.
Yeah.
And for me, I call it relationship marketing.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And
that's what it is.
That's where where I'm niching down to now with being a relationship marketing coach. And
that's good.
And because when I think back, it's relationships that I was building on my previous job and prevent the store from closing down for them from moving it.
Wow.
And they kept it there because I built the client. So building relationships is very important because you can drive traffic, but if you don't know how to keep it, you don't know how to retain your customers and people and treat them like you're serving them.
That's right.
That's it.
So that's right.
So what y'all sharing is really key and really big tonight, man. It's amazing.
Awesome.
Thank you, man.
Awesome.
Thank you. We watch you and your wife serve your communities and everything. Just really quick, just tell us quickly about your vision, because I want people to hear this, because he's in South Florida, and guys, he has a huge vision. The Most High gave him some things.
He's got a men's ministry. His wife has a women's ministry. Both of them. And then they both doing real estate. They're doing a lot of huge things.
Yeah.
Go ahead, brother. Sorry.
Yeah, well, we have a nonprofit. No problem. We have a nonprofit organization called Divine Potential Services.
Yes.
Okay.
We enrich and empower those in our communities. Over the served maybe over 700 families.
Oh, wow.
So,
Wow.
Awesome.
You know, it's really been a blessing. We get to help lives just improve, and all the testimonials that we get is just like for us, because, you know, we think we're change people's lives, but our lives are being changed and improved in the process. And, you know, we're just excited, and I'm working on my second book right now called New Man.
Nice.
That's right. Yeah.
Very good.
It's getting ready to drop soon.
Wow.
Announce it probably next month.
Nice.
Wow.
Very
Sign me
nice.
up.
So
I gotta get my copy.
All right.
It's amazing.
Thank you, brother.
This guy's an author, guys, on the second book, and he's out to destroy Satan's kingdom. I mean, I'm telling you, he's doing it.
Yes.
I tell people it's not always sitting in a pulpit. The greatest effective ministry that I've seen is in the sphere of going to the homeless communities and in economics. Okay, no shade to the pastors, the prophets, the bishops, and all them. He is in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Area. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Claudia, you from that area? You've been down that area, aren't you?
Yeah. What you talking about?
Hollywood, Pembroke Pines, Cooper City.
Okay, Pembroke Pines. That's Arlene's mom and dad used to live in Pembroke Pines. Okay. Wow. Small world. Small world. Small world. But Claudia, Claudia, listen, I'm just, again, what you've done with daughters is shocking. And the stuff that you've done with me and Arlene. Where have you been out of our life? Man, I tell you, sometimes you got to wait, though. I think most businesses, this is something I learned, the Most High taught me this. He said, Jimmie, I can put $1 billion idea in your spirit, but certain things are not going to come into your life until you've sacrificed enough and paid the price enough to where you're worthy of it. You don't have great people come into your life just to kick them to the curb. Oh no, you got to be ready for that growth. And I think
when the student is ready, that's when the teacher appears.
Say that again.
Exactly.
Say that again.
I don't think it's a worthy thing. It's not a worthy thing, because God is not a respecter of persons.
Okay.
It's when you are ready.
Okay.
Because I always tell Arlene, sometimes people miss the train.
Yeah.
So if you're not mentally ready,
right.
The opportunity, you're gonna have to go around that mountain again.
I get that.
Somebody else comes.
I get that.
No matter what, the Lord wants you to fulfill your destiny. But we have choices. We can either go take the left road or the right road.
Yeah.
And if we're ready, and this is the paradigms that I talk about in the limiting beliefs.
Right.
Your mind wants to be a safe place. Sometimes it's afraid to go forward. And what happens?
Yeah.
It goes back and it reverts to old habits and patterns. So if you see something happening over and over in life, you're like, you have to question yourself.
Yeah.
Why is this happening? Why am I attracting the same people? Because you attract who you are, not what you want.
Okay, gotcha. I got you. Now I'm gonna respectfully have a different perspective. I think worthiness does have a part to do with it. The best way I can give this, I tell it to my wife. I'm a country boy. I grew up in the country. Okay, my grandfather at 7, 8 years old used to have me out there working on the machine, but there were times he wanted me to take a big old thing of slop and take it out there and feed it to the pigs. And so, the scripture says, "Never cast your pearl before what? Swine." Absolutely. So some people are unworthy of the greatness that's in you. Okay. So here's what I would do. I would take that thing. Listen to this. I would take that thing and jump over the fence with it. Now these hogs, they were pigs. They became hogs. I thought they were my friends. I thought we were cool. I jumped in the pen. I would pour it over in there. And do you know, one day I slipped and my hand went down in there, and that pig grabbed my arm, almost took my arm off. Now I'm supposed to be cool with this pig, but the hog did not understand that we were supposed to be cool. He didn't recognize it. And then the revelation came to me. Some animals, depending on who they are, what's in them, it's their nature. That pig, as much as I did for him, he didn't return the favor. He almost killed me right there. And I told my grandfather, I'm never going to go in there again. I'm going to pour it over the top. And I never went back again. What I'm saying to you is, we have a group of 17,000 members in our Facebook group. Respectfully, I love everybody in there. But I can say maybe 5 to 10% really understand that my wife and I, the blood, sweat, and tears that went into building all that, the serving. Some of them just think, you know what? If I can't get what I want, I'm out of here. What I understood about that was you have to take the good with the bad and keep moving. And don't. But some people, let's be honest, including us at times when you don't respect and honor what's in front of you, you could become a swine.
Yeah.
So I do feel that worthiness is important. We don't take the grace of God for granted. According to Hebrews, you know what I mean? He gives us the grace. He allows us to come to the kingdom, but you can literally spit upon that grace disrespectfully. I'm trying to bring it home here because we have a lot of spiritual people on here, but there's some people who are not worthy of the greatness. You follow what I'm saying? That's the perspective I'm coming from.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So, Jimmie, as a teacher,
Thank you, Rocky brother.
No, when the student is ready.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I get that.
Yes, and you can't waste your time. I tell Arlene, people that are ready for her information, and there's some people that are not.
Yeah.
If you're not ready at the level to come with, if I want to take you with me, you're not ready. I'm going to offer you some things to help you get ready. But I'm sorry, I keep moving. I love everybody.
Yeah, there you go,
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand some people are not ready. And
absolutely.
The worst thing you can do is pull them and try to make them ready. That's the worst thing. You're going to get frustrated. They're going to get frustrated. You're going to lose their trust.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And you don't want to do that because trust is very important.
Yeah.
So as a teacher, by asking questions and by their behavior if they're ready or not.
Yep.
That's where your discernment comes in.
Yeah.
That's where
Mm-hmm.
And it's not about judgment. It's not about judgment because I know where I'm going and what I want.
Mm-hmm.
And so does that person line up with it, and are they ready to come with us?
Exactly.
Lionel made a great point.
What did he say?
Said if it's not your target audience,
they will drive you crazy. Absolutely.
Again, it's coming back to who you targeting.
Mm-hmm.
Who you targeting? Let's switch it back to marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you trying to reach? Who are you trying to serve? Who are you trying to give this product to? Because remember, it's not really about what you offering. It's about who you're offering it to.
Exactly.
The solution that you're offering to the
Thank you. There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
My brother Rocky Rendon. Rocky, how you doing, man? He's out of Miami. Has a beautiful family. He says people don't understand the value that you guys bring to the table. And that's, you know what, this is not a criticism, it's an observation. I noticed it with other coaches and mentors. That happens a lot of times. For some reason, especially when you're a leader, it's self-sacrifice. It's what you provide for others. It's what you do for them, the ultimate sacrifice, right? I think I said this last week. Jesus told Peter, listen, or Pephah, whatever his, I'm trying to think of the Hebrew name, Cephas, yeah. Cephas? Mm-hmm. The Hebrew name Cephas. He said, if I can't wash your feet, you have no part with me. And it's he understood that I got to serve you. I got to serve you. And we try to apply those same principles in what we're doing. It's not the easiest thing to serve always. If people tell you serving other people is always easy, that's not true.
Boy,
you got to be willing to give up yourself. And we're learning. Yeah. Oh yeah. Amen. But I'm gonna give my wife some credit right here. She's we're not here to blow our own horn about how much value and so forth like that. But all we're trying to say is that, again, back to the word symbiotic. This is a symbiotic and mutual relationship in business, whether it's personal, whether it's ministry. There's give and there's take. If I can be a blessing to you, hey there, Bridget. Hey, Bridget, you want to say something?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't even realize my speaker
was okay.
That's okay.
This is our dear sister Bridget.
Hi. How are you?
Yes.
This is just good information. I'm just listening in.
Okay. Tell my brother Oz said hi and thanks for tuning in.
So we got 10 millionaires right here on the phone.
Yeah,
we got
do,
10 millionaires on the phone because they understand the value. That's
right. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the value is not necessarily somebody walking up to you and giving you $10 million on the street is not as valuable as somebody giving you $10 million worth of information. Mm-hmm. And somebody caught that. Mm-hmm. Somebody caught that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you could come on now,
Yeah.
And especially what we've been talking about, Claudia, There's a lot of powerful women on this phone, and I'm no shade to the men. I love you guys, but I gotta say this.
Go, baby,
listen, within a woman is the power of multiplication. And what we talking about, Claudia?
Oh yeah,
that's what Claudia said to me all the time. She said we are multipliers, right? When a man give us a seed, we produce a baby. We're multipliers,
Wow.
right? And there's some people. Listen, there's some people.
Honey, what happens when I put you in the kitchen? You produce a meal, right?
Yeah. Well, sometimes we might produce a meal too. Sometimes we might produce a credit card to order a meal.
This woman.
But anyhow,
that's how she got me in the kitchen. Okay.
I produce a credit card. Sometimes, we're waiting for Joseph now to produce a meal.
Yeah, right.
Yes, Lord.
This is my spiritual son out of Arizona.
Yeah.
This is a family conversation. This is a family conversation, boy.
Yes,
Yeah.
Lord. My God.
but I mean, we are multipliers. So naturally, I mean, and if you look at the stats, oh my God, especially minorities right now starting businesses, it is insane the amount of minority women-owned businesses. It's insane. It's insane. So you can't tell me that it ain't the Most High that done put all of them dreams and visions and goals and things in your belly to give birth. Yeah. It's just what you do with it.
Absolutely.
It's just what you do with it. Whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, it's time to produce. This is production time. You done got the seed. You done got the information. You done got the resources. What's up to you is the next step.
That's right. That's right.
So anyway,
I know my son Joseph want to say something.
You don't know what that seed of greatness is?
Say that again.
You got to call me if you don't know what that seed of greatness is.
Yeah.
I had a call from a girlfriend yesterday, and she's like, she has so much to give. She wants to be a life coach. She has no idea where to start.
Yes.
Okay.
And in a matter of, just like with Kathy, in a matter of 15 minutes, I told her, I gave her modules. I told her exactly information that she could share, and she has a plan, and now she's going to execute it with her marketing person.
Yes.
So if you don't know, ask me some questions. Let's talk for 15 minutes, and I'll help you.
Exactly.
And it's totally free, guys. I told you guys got to sign up. I'm telling you. So I think my brother Rocky wants to say that again. I'm sorry.
I think Rocky has a question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rocky, what are you going to say? How you doing, man?
Guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, we should. What's up, brother?
From you, man.
Long time.
What's going on? What's going on?
I just
want to say thank you guys, man. I think you guys are extremely valuable. You've done so much for me, so I just wanted to thank you guys. The information you're bringing to us today is just invaluable. I mean, it's expensive to be, to start with. It really has. I've seen it firsthand, and I personally couldn't afford it. It's really expensive. So thank you for the opportunity and for bringing Claudia as well. I don't know her. I've never spoken to her, but she's like a great person.
Yeah.
Very knowledgeable. And I think she has something that's definitely going to help me, with my path and finding my path. So you know my story, Jimmie. I drifted away from you for last year. It was really
That's okay. Times. That's okay.
You know what I mean? Like, it was real tough times. And I got to say, one thing that I think I was missing was a relationship with God, man. Believe it or not. I took it upon myself to search, look for a relationship with God, and everything has changed for me from last year to this year.
It's amazing.
And I gotta say, it's amazing, man. Things are completely, going really well for me, and things are lining up. This is one of the, testaments, basically.
Wow.
Things that I need, like for example, the marketing and the leads that's gonna feed right into what I'm trying to do, and I think it's gonna be a key piece for that. So.
Yeah, we need to talk to you.
My favorite. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
For Claudia, I mean, one of the things that got me in trouble last year was I was trying to do too many things at once. My headspace was kind of all over the place. I
remember that
opportunity, and it's like, all right, I'm dipping into this and that. Do you recommend, even in real estate alone? I know that I want my primary income to come from real estate. But even within real estate, there's so many strategies. So there's wholesaling, which I'm focusing on now, but then you also have, Jimmie, that's an expert in commercial. So aside from that, there's also, MLMs and network marketing,
right?
Which I've been a part of. So what do you recommend starting off? I mean, do you zone in on just one thing? Is it okay to tap into different things to find something that you want to, go full force on, or do you?
Okay, well, great. That's a great question, and that is probably the most popular question that I get. And I understand that you want real estate because I guess you're familiar, or because you think it's very lucrative that you want your money to come from real estate. But what I would search in you, first of all, I would ask you, does real estate, are you passionate about real estate? Does it wake you up and you're so excited to help this homeowner get out of foreclosure? Or like, does it wake you up like Kathy's getting awoke? Are you that?
Yeah. Yeah. That's real.
I mean, yeah, it's a passion I discovered in 2018, and then I came across Jimmie on Facebook as he was starting off his group, and it's a passion that's grown. I mean, right now I do have a full time. I have a 9 to 5. I'm actually making more money than I ever have.
Wow, fantastic!
As a project manager, and it's very interesting as well. But real estate is something that I'm more and more every day just being more attracted to and more driven.
Wow.
Okay, cool. So I would get to know you a little bit and ask you about maybe some life events that have happened to you that and some experiences that are very familiar, right? And because just like Kathy, like I'm sorry that I'm using Kathy all the time, but I just had a conversation with her, and the most recent, she did candles and stuff like that, and she thought that that's something that she likes. But as I dug into her heart to see what passions her and what she would do if she had all the money in the world, would you be doing real estate? Would she be doing candles? And she said, you know what, I really like helping people. And she told me what she did. And I said, I think that's where you need to be, because if every day you wake up doing what you love, you're never going to go to work.
Mm-hmm.
You're always going to get up doing your gift and giving it to the world.
That's right.
In my search, I'd have to talk to you for like 20 minutes. I'll probably get it out of you. And what really?
I think you will. You're getting there. You're getting there already.
What? I was talking to some guy that showed me an apartment. And I said, the Lord was like, you need to talk to him and pull it out of him. So I got it in 10 minutes. I'm pretty good. He ended up, he's a superintendent. But I felt that there was music in him, right? So I said, do you teach music? Do you play an instrument? And he goes, I used to teach these children how to play. And when he said that, his eyes went like this. Like and I said, that's your thing. Why aren't you doing that? And he said, he doesn't know why he stopped doing that, of course, with the Corona thing and everything has to be shut down. Mm-hmm. So there's nothing wrong that you want to do real estate. And if you do want to do real estate, we'll pinpoint that. But I'd like to talk to you a little bit to see what really lights you up.
Yeah.
Well, sounds good. I'm looking forward to it.
I try to do real estate. And it's not something that really lights me up. I know it's lucrative. And if I hustle, I can do it, because whatever I want to do, I get it done. Oh, yeah. But
that is the truth.
I really think when you tap into your love or your gift, that is something particular. And it's crazy how you said that your relationship with God has helped you, because it's by the Spirit that you figure out what your gifting is. Because nobody knows except the Lord that what He put in your heart.
Yeah.
So happy that you have a relationship with God and that you're tight with the Holy Spirit, because through that you'll be able to tap in it. He's the only one that can reveal to you.
That's right.
That you're gifted. It's something that passions you. It's something that and you know what? You don't think it'll be lucrative, but when it's given to you so that you can live off of it.
Yeah.
It could be several avenues. You're a project manager. You have a project that already tells me the way you think differently.
That's right. He does.
Yeah. You're a multitasker, and so you can take on a lot of things. You're very strategic as well. So you can. That's why you're just like me, and maybe Jimmie. We can do so much at one time.
Yeah.
About so many things, because we have that project management mind. So if I get to talk to you, then give me a call, put the number on. You know what, Arlene, I'd like to give this 30 minutes to everybody, not just the people that buy your package.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
Definitely.
Everybody has a gifting, and if I have the opportunity to help you pinpoint that out, it would just bless me. So let me just.
This is invaluable, guys.
Amazing.
You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. And again, remember what we talked about in the very beginning with the whole evaluate, identify, all the keys, components when it comes to marketing. Like, you can't evaluate unless you understand your passion. And for some of us, because of COVID-19, shutting everything down, like, we've had no choice but to kind of come face to face with it and just deal with it. Yep. You know, like, we've had to come look at, well, what am I really passionate about? What am I concerned about? What are the things that are bothering me? What are the things? And then really bringing them before God and saying, wait a minute, what are you saying, Lord? What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Well, I don't know if I can make money, but listen, just find the thing that you're passionate about. Money will come. Money will come. The scripture says your gift will make room for you. You have to understand that your gift is larger than the money that's going to come. Okay? So when your gift makes room for you, don't worry. It'll make plenty of room for all that money that's going to come when you follow that gift.
We really get preoccupied and distracted trying to make money, and we think about we think about when we're actually supposed to be thinking about service. Jesus came not to be served, but to serve. We have the mentality to serve. How can we give of ourselves? Because we don't want to die. We don't want to leave this earth filled with our gifting. We want to be empty.
Exactly. That's right.
Of everything that we've been gifted with. And I mean, that's my plan. Don't be distracted about the money. The money will come when the value is put out there, when you bring value to other people and service. You will definitely. Money will reign all over you. Money will look for you. That's one of the keys to the kingdom principles.
Absolutely. You're gonna love talking to Rocky. Rocky is very passionate. He loves his wife and kids. You're in Miami, right, Rocky? Is that where you are?
Yeah, I'm in Miami.
You're in Miami. Yeah. This guy's passionate. I mean, Claudia, you're gonna pull that thing out of him. I mean, he was.
I know he's passionate.
He had a burning desire to succeed. I mean, we were working on multifamily property. I was trying to help him with multifamily. You know, how to buy and sell and how to get it together, but we could never get that right property, get that deal together. Things happen, life happens. I tell people on the way to success, life happens. But if you're a visionary, you're in the in-between place, and you're in poverty, you got nothing, you got everything. You just got to keep looking up, and that's what he did.
Sky's the limit.
And man, and so when you talk to him, I can only imagine. I can't wait. I can't wait, Rocky. You need to do that immediately. All right, please.
Jimmy, that was just me being inconsistent, and that wasn't your fault.
Oh no! But life happens, though. You understand? Because listen, there's times when there's gaps in my life where it's not there, and you have to keep. That's why you have to keep reading and growing yourself and getting out of your own way, and stick with the mentors and keep listening to the books and the tapes and keep staying the word, because sometimes, What were you gonna say, Claudia?
Yeah, fear will make you step back because it'll make you reach back to your comfort zone.
Absolutely.
If you're gonna grow, you gotta be used to being uncomfortable.
Come on now.
Yeah,
that's good.
That's real. That's real.
Growth never happens in a comfortable state.
Come on,
a butterfly doesn't become a butterfly sitting in a cocoon forever. She gotta push. Neighbor, what happens when we're giving birth? You guys don't know, but we gotta push.
Hello.
Yeah.
With the baby in our belly forever.
Come on.
Yeah.
If you're ready for growth, if you're ready to take this on, you better be ready to be uncomfortable. And I tell all my people that.
Oh my gosh.
I'll with you. I'll hold your hand and let's be uncomfortable, but we're going.
Yeah. I just love her energy.
And I mean, uncomfortable sometimes even means digging up things from the past. Because again, I'm going to come back to it. Like some of the sessions that Claudia and I had, you guys saw me on Facebook a couple weeks back where I was talking about something going on with me and my family and my father and stuff like that. Like sometimes you just got to come smack face front with what's in front of you that you just kind of bury with your past to move forward. And that's just the way it is. And I mean, I believe that God really designs that so that healing can go forward. I mean, the hardest way to get up a mountain is with a whole backpack full of rocks. Like, can you imagine that visually? Like, just picture yourself trying to go up and you got you got fear on your back. You got pride on your back. You got, you know, you just got all kind of craziness on your back. Like, how do you can't go up. You can't. And sometimes it's cutting off relationships with people you think you're supposed to take with you. Because, hello, somebody, everybody ain't going with you. Eagles fly by themselves. That's a whole nother conversation, Jesus. Okay.
Right.
Y'all know me. I'll see, there's a reason why Jimmie I don't be on the lives too much, because I'll get to preaching.
No, I love you, honey. I love you for who you are. And listen, your spiritual makeup is the reason I fell in love with you.
Wow, come on. That's it, Eugene. That's it.
You need to be broken down. You need to be broken
down to get stronger in the end. That's real.
Taking notes because he said
absolutely
about Arlene.
Yeah.
Y'all better be on that notebook, man. That was a good one, right?
Yeah.
Your spiritual makeup. I fell in love with your.
Yeah.
That's so poetic, Jimmie.
Yeah. Well, the prayer I prayed when I moved to New York City. Listen, I moved to New York City without $1 in my pocket. I got on a Greyhound bus, you know, I came out of a bad marriage of 12 years. Okay, so when you come out of that, it's like somebody has died in your life. This is my first marriage. You don't just walk away from a marriage and there's no pain, or you never loved the person. So I went to New York, I would say half a man, because part of me was dead. But I had the courage to go to New York City, get off the bus, and I said, I'm gonna find my wife here. The Most High is gonna bring me to her. I had 4 suits, 2 bags, and the spirit of faith. And I slept not one night home. Listen, not one night homeless. A man in Burger King comes out. He said, listen, you must be from the South, aren't you? I said, yes, I am. He said, you better come inside. You're in New York City, man. You're going to get robbed.
It was the suit.
Hold on.
that gave him away. I said, he looked like he was from the South.
Yeah, but you can't interrupt me, honey. I want to tell this quickly. Okay. So long story short, I never slept homeless. He reached in his back pocket. He said, I said, brother, I'm going to pay it forward. Here's some money for you to get on the train. I have a friend that's in the homeless shelter system. I want you to sleep upstairs in Burger King tonight. Tomorrow, you wake up at 6 o'clock, cross the street. He's going to take you to the shelter. That money will help you get around for the week. He said, I'm a Puerto Rican man. He said, my mom died a year ago. I flew to Puerto Rico, and I had no money to get back. He said, I'm a manager here on 42nd Street in New York City of this Burger King. He said, I couldn't get back to New York. He said, I was at the plane station crying, head down. So the man comes out of nowhere, walks up to me, pats me on the back, said, what's your problem? He said, I came here for my wife's funeral. I can't get back. He said, I love Puerto Rico, but I love New York better. My wife and kids there. I live in the Bronx. I'm a manager. If I don't get back by X amount of time, I'm going to lose my job. The man reached in his pocket, said, here's the money. Get the ticket. Pay it forward. And he said, you young black man, I'm paying it forward to you. And I never forgot it. And 8 months later, listen to this, 8 months later, I said, Father, I want a woman who has a spiritual makeup of a seer or of a prophet. I want someone who's spiritual. Listen to this.
Wow.
I want someone spiritual. I want somebody who's a praying woman. At the time, she was going to Dr. Creflo Dollar's church, you know, in Madison Square Garden. And before you go in church, there's a little place called Borders Books. You know, Borders Books. You guys know what Borders Books is.
Yes.
We were in there reading a book, and I had on glasses similar to these. I said, Father, you got to show me my wife now. I can't wait too long. I don't have the Paul anointing. I can't stay single too long.
Right.
Okay? That's not my calling, right?
That's a heavy anointing, Paul. I said, tell you.
Right. So I'm in there reading a book, and the book was called 23 Minutes in Hell by a man named Bill Weiss. He was a real estate broker who died and went to hell.
He was an atheist, wasn't he?
Well, he was just an unbeliever.
Oh, okay.
And he died, went to hell, and was getting beat up by demons. He lived to come back and tell the story, write a book about it. And he's an evangelist now. He came to this truth. He no atheist no more. But I was reading the book, and I'm looking down, and I look up through my glasses, and the spirit of the Most High, Yahuwah, said, that's the wife for you. That's her. That's your queen. Let me tell you something. When you know that you know that you know, there's no doubt. Yeah, I got up. He said, now you got to get up, pull your glasses up, get up and go say hello. Let me tell you something about the spirit of faith. Faith will give you opportunity. You have to work. You have to do things. But ultimately, you have to do something to the corresponding action. Because faith is the action, right? So I went over there, and I was a little nervous. I said, I want to tell you, my wife, you know that, right? But I didn't say that.
What? Oh, I thought you did.
I know. I just.
So brave.
No.
Yes, he did.
What? No, I did not. I said, how are you doing? I said, my name is Jimmie. Shake my hand. I said, my name is Jimmie. Nice to meet you. And I said, do you go to Dr. Creflo Dollar's church? He said, yes. I said, I'm going the same. I said, you're very beautiful. And I didn't get fresh with her or anything. I just said to her.
He better not.
I just said to her.
He did it.
I would love.
Because you'd be like,
Right. I would love to get to know you more. And guess what, guys? We've been spending it. We've been together ever since. That was May the 9th, 2009. All praises to the Most High. But I said all that to say this: you got to know that you know that you know. So the spiritual makeup was there. I would sit back and watch her praying with Creflo Dollar and his team for like sometimes 30 to 45 minutes in the spirit. And I said, this is what I want. I want a woman that can spiritually discern things, right? And we can build from there. All praises. And if you get all that, you got everything. But if you get somebody who's not spiritual, you go for the natural thing. She might look good, but she got a half a brain. Come on, man. Again, who's that laughing? Is that my son Joseph?
That's Joseph.
I don't want a woman with a beautiful body and a half a brain, because let me tell you, the body is going to wear out. I don't care how beautiful you are. It is stage. It's good. But someone who's spiritually in tune with the Most High, that's the best you can ever have, male or female.
Yes, sir.
Amen.
Yes, sir.
And let me tell you, because of that, we're on this line right now ministering to you. Because that vision, I saw her, I said, man, this is a woman of vision, a woman of destiny. She didn't need me to be complete. She was complete in Yahusha, and Yahuwah, right? Right. And I was on one. Listen, I was on one leg. I drugged in New York because that marriage took a lot out of me. But I knew deep down inside, with the right woman in my life, I would make sure that I would be a drag to her. We could build together. I don't know why we talk about marriage, but I think somebody needed to hear that.
With the Lord, okay. I got my order.
Okay.
What bookstore I need to go to find it? I'll be right there.
We're gonna supersize it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't mean to get in all that, but I felt in my spirit you need to hear it. But it's all about faith and how you perceive things.
It's about who's in your corner. Right. It's about who's in your corner.
Right.
I know Jimmie was talking about marriages and everything like that, but it's about who's in your corner.
Mm-hmm.
I said we got 10 millionaires on this phone tonight, and I still see 10 millionaires.
Amen.
So
that's right.
Remember, the higher you go, your circle is going to change.
Yeah.
Just know that.
That's right.
Because those same people that you see now may not have the mentality of where the Most High wants you to go.
Absolutely.
So your circle has to change, or else you're sitting in a cage.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a circle.
Your significant other is the most important choice. Of, who
it
you're
is.
Gonna travel the journey with.
Yep.
I was married for 23 years, and he decided not to follow Christ, or he just decided
switched up and changed his mind.
Go on that journey with me.
Wow.
And there was no way I was gonna put the Lord second, or
no. Can't afford to do that.
Exactly. So I had to make that hard decision after 23 years and say, he's not the one. I guess, he chose not to.
Wow.
So what's more important? What's more important, your fleshly desires or your calling?
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's great.
Wow.
And that's another thing, is making those important decisions. Anyway, I want to wrap it up because I can't even believe we've been on this phone for about 2 hours already.
Now we're getting into marriage.
I know, went into marriage and everything like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't know what happened.
We talked about decisions. We talked about, and just to take it back to marketing, we talked about the process, the evaluation, the identifying, the actionable results, and we talked about the what was the C again? The conversion.
Right.
So the point of the matter is, it's getting this mindset together so that you can move forward. Right. So definitely we're going to put up something within each of the Facebook groups where you can have all of the websites, all of the email addresses, because we want you to go ahead and make your appointments, get your free ebooks. If you didn't get a free ebook tonight, because there was one that was given out before, on getting started in online marketing, let me know so I can email it directly to you. And then there's another free ebook that we're giving out. And so I just, and also remember, you got that $99 coupon, 4 weeks packed with information. You got sessions with Jimmie, sessions with Somay, who's going to do credit repair free for like, how long? 2 months?
2 months.
I mean,
That's
come
huge.
on. Then you got Claudia. I mean,
when is that until? When is that offer expired?
Okay, well, it's 2 months from tonight. So
No, they offer the $99 special.
Oh, the 99. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, the $99 is only for tonight. It's only for tonight until 12 midnight. And I know we've been on the phone Eastern Standard Time. It's about 9:24. Yeah. So just make sure you get it, because the price goes back to like $199 after that.
And how to get access to it again? How do we pay for it? Rocky said how to pay for it.
Go to www.100ktraffic.info. You know what? Let me type it in.
Please do.
Let me type it in so everybody can. While you type,
let me tell them how important it is that they do this now. Because right now you have all the time in the world. If you're not out there, if you're not an essential worker and you're not working, this is the time to get it done. I believe that the Lord really paused the earth so that the people that have this dream and this gift inside can birth it in this in these 90 days that we're going to be in quarantine. We've got 60 down. I think we might have I'm in New Jersey, so right. Longer. I think Georgia's already open, but and I'm not sure about Florida. But this is the time. Everybody's eyes, it's so important because everybody's eyes right now is on Facebook, Instagram. It's on the internet.
Yep.
So if you want to do and you want to get online, or you want to elevate your business to the next level, this is the time to do it. This is, all eyes are online right now.
Yep.
This is like such a fertile ground. It's that the moment that you do decide, we get a plan together, we get your marketing up and running, in the next 30 days, you can be online, doing what you love to do, promoting yourself, and the sky's the limit after that.
That's right. That's right.
Awesome.
Okay, I know I'm probably going to have to retype this and everything so everybody can see it in the chat, but I'm basically...
You guys, Claudia, the same energy. She's like this 24/7 all day. Yeah, sometimes I can contact her at 2 o'clock in the morning. She's still gonna...
I want to see people succeed.
I know you do.
To see you birth your gift that you have inside.
Yes.
That's like the biggest passion that I have, because
I know.
I didn't know who I was, or what I was made of, or what I could offer to the world. And when I finally discovered, I was like, man, you put this in me. I know other people were in the same boat, that they didn't understand what they had, and they just need somebody to reaffirm them, say that's a gift, say that's valuable, say you matter. I don't care what culture, I don't care where you were born, what color you are. A gift is a gift, and it doesn't matter the circumstances. It matters who you know, which is the Lord. And it matters if you believe and you know your identity in Him. That's right. And everybody's called to do something.
Yes.
And remember, listen, being around us, and I don't mean us in a prideful kind of way, but by being around us, what we offer to people is access. Now, I just want you to put yourself in a spiritual position for just 1 second. I know we talked a lot about spiritual things, but from a spiritual standpoint, you can't have more access than you can to the Most High God. You just cannot. I mean, if anybody you want to know, that's who you want to know.
Right.
Yeah, say that.
Because He's going to make sure that you have access to the right connections and the right people to grow your business. I mean, if you're on here tonight, then you got to have access some kind of way. Because the line is open. The channel is open. Everybody that's on here is hearing. So
it is without question everything. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I want to say something about Jimmie. I guess you all know him, but he's a leader of leaders, and his heart is so wide open. And if you are ready to grow, what he's offering you, just the consultation with him, or and the fees and all that stuff, it's like 100 times the $99 that you're gonna be paying.
It really is.
Wow.
It really is.
Wow. Thank you for saying that, sister. Wow.
Yeah. And the skills and the marketing that Arlene do, I've seen it first. It's definitely inspired of God. Okay. It's inspired.
Amen on that one.
No education. No education would do what the Lord can do with her hands. So I just
Oh man.
give it a shout out. Okay.
Thank you.
I love that, sister.
We love you.
Anyway, we thank you so much for your patience and for hearing us out. Like I said, we've been on here like for 2 hours. Like it's been really good information. You can register for all the free stuff. Also, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Somay's website up there too. After in the groups, in each one of our groups, we'll put Somay's website, we'll put Claudia's website, and we'll put the register for my website so that you can go ahead and you can register for the class. Again, you'll see a login. You'll see a login after you registered. If you haven't created a login yet, you create your login, you log into your back. We're going to upload a replay of this tonight. So if you don't be alarmed, don't go on there tonight and be like, where's the replay? What's going on? What is this random video? We're going to upload the login. We're going to upload the replay tonight. And then you will also see at the bottom of the page where you can purchase it for $99. So we're going to get all that done tonight so that you can go ahead and make your purchases and get your appointments and get this information to you so that we can launch. This is launching time, guys. This is launching. If you haven't seen it and noticed what's going on, this is launching time.
Right. And thanks for staying to the end. And Claudia, thanks again for taking time out of your busy schedule, because I know you got things going on in your life.
Yeah.
And we honor you and everything you just said. We send that back your way with blessings on top of that. You're an amazing leader, and and you're very you're strategic, and you know exactly how to break this thing down to where a 5-year-old can get it. But it's just so much power and authority when you talk and speak. So I can't wait to my appointment next week. I think I told you I want it Wednesday. You do?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes,
Okay, good.
yes.
I think Joseph wanted to say one thing. My dear son, Joseph, you want to say something?
Yeah, Joseph.
I think he's ready.
Go ahead, son.
No, I just wanted to mention about, I call her auntie, y'all. I have to act.
Yeah.
She did a consultation with me. It wasn't brief, because we became family after that laugh.
Okay.
And I just wanted to encourage Rocky with his consultation with her and anybody else that's on the line, because she didn't just wake up the business side of me. That was stuff that I had allowed to kind of go to sleep for a long time. That after talking with her, I was like, it was like something was like, you remember you like doing that?
Yeah.
You can make money doing that, and you can make money doing that. And it was like a lot of stuff woke up that was sleep. And not just woke up. Yeah. But now I got, like my children, now I got dreams running around all around the house right now.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm not exaggerating. I'm telling you, like, and Mom, I talked to you. I was like, that girl right there. So
Lord have mercy.
And I also think it's amazing that I know my dad, I know Jimmie very well. I was literally kind of there when they started.
Yeah, you were.
Yes.
I had with them. I did everything with them.
Yes, you did.
I'm very proud of them. And then it's just amazing to me, because even though he is where he is, being that he's a leader and being that he is, especially when it comes to business and spiritually, he's still taking his consultation with her. So that should let you know where she is as far as helping awakening.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Stuff, your gifts, what you, like she was telling him about, is real estate what you really want to do? I mean, you can still do it, but I'm sensing that you probably got something else. And those are things that you want to awake as well, because that goes back to his original question.
Right.
It's like, well, what is it okay to work on different things? Well, that she helped me with that. She helped me be like, you say, like, okay, you like cooking, but nephew, you can sing and do this and do that.
Right.
And I was like, well, let's take this one at a time. But she was like, I tell you, and she just like Kathy, she gave me homework.
Yeah.
And,
Wow.
It's something. There is a legitimate fire in her. It's so different. Yeah. And like, there's another young man on here. Y'all don't worry. I sit back and watch. That's my gig. Okay. And there's another young man on here that's been watching, And I believe if you also take advantage of his last name Summers, if you take advantage of the gift that Miss Claudia have, promise you. And I don't bet unless I'm a win. Okay? I promise you, she's gonna awaken whatever is asleep in you.
That's Covante. Covante is one of my students from last year. He's been with me a long time, and she can do what I cannot do. So I confirm that.
Yeah.
And the great thing about this whole thing is I was listening how, you know, you got Dad's finna do his consultation, you got Mom with her thing, you got my brother over there from Africa that he has not met me yet. But you have my brother with the credit, you have my auntie. But the most amazing thing is I learned tonight is that this is a group effort. Everyone working together to do this.
That's right.
To reach or alone.
That's right.
That's the most important thing. None of us are alone. You're not alone with your business. I've recently just Mom helped me get my domain thing going. Recently, and they're finna help me get me a business plan together so we can get that money for that loan for heaven to get started. And I'm excited about it because I want to build something for my daughters and for my family. And so I was really excited I just really wanted to mention about her talking to me, because after getting off of the phone, I was like, Mom, that one's different. Like she speak to you like you're human, but it's something else talking behind her voice that has the power to just pull that out and say, no, this is who you are. This is, you know, what's inside of you. And that other thing is like, oh my, you know, it's like that gift is saying, no one's talked to me in so long. And it's like she's talking to you, but she's taking your gift to the side, sitting it down and saying, look, it's time for you to come forward. It's time for you to do this. I like
that, Joseph.
I'm telling you telling you how it made me feel. It made me feel like you were talking to me, but you took like all 5 of my different gifts and you started speaking to them individually to the point that they. And now all of them trying to come out at once. I'm like, hold on.
We need another 30-minute consultation.
There is a legitimate fire. I have a legitimate fire. Yes, Mom. Then, like I've been all I talk about now, and even she called me. I'm so proud of myself. You know, but I'm excited to get everything started. Like she, you know, and I'm a man of my word. She sent me a link about getting the LLC and you know, getting my domain and other things started for me to get Manna for Heaven off the ground. You know, and I went ahead, I jumped on it immediately. So
that's right.
Is listening, and I feel, and if you didn't sign in and you see this recording, you hear it, please, $99 to, and this brother over here finna get y'all credit fit.
Son, I want to say something real quick. Claudia, you don't know this. This is another young man that, you know, I've been knowing him a long time, and he literally lived with me. And
she knows.
She knows about. Okay. I wanted to say this about Joseph. When Joseph says something, he means it. Joseph, I gotta share this. Is a seer. He's a very heavy seer. He's a very accurate. He said, Dad, the Spirit of the Most High told me I need to walk from Palm Bay by myself to Orlando. Now you know how far that is. You're talking, I don't know, almost 100 miles.
That was 7 days.
7 days. So when I said, son, I said, I know you got the spirit of Elijah on you now. I said, as your apostle and your spiritual father, I'm going to tell you, make sure the Most High told you. So he told me to do it. You know, Joseph walked, fasted, and made it. And I came and picked him up. He was like maybe 10 minutes, not even that far from downtown. I mean, along the way, you got the woods and certain areas. And what I love about Joseph is his persistence. Listen, he's a real prophet. And when I told him, I said, you have to transmute that prophetic gift to the extent of, because he has girls and he wants things a certain way. He wants a certain lifestyle. I said, yeah, you have the spirit of Elijah on you. I said, but I want you to have more than just that. I want you to have the spirit of wisdom. And not that Elijah wasn't wise, but Elijah doesn't say he had a real family. Joseph has 2 beautiful little girls, you know, and he wants those girls to be with him. And he's took a step of faith and moved out west to Arizona and building himself. So this whole manna from heaven has always been in him. So what I'm saying is he's a man of his word. So whatever you tell him, he's going to do it. I saw this with my own 2 eyes. and he wants more than average. I told him I love Elijah, but if you look at Elijah's life toward the end, he passed the mantle to somebody else. The Most High said, you know what? Elijah, give it to Elisha, let him finish. I said, Joseph, that's not you.
Right.
Don't you die with that vision in you. You got so much to give. And I think you can help continue to pull that out. But I'm telling you from experience, this boy, when he says something, he'll do it. And you have a lot to share, Claudia. And I believe he's listening to you, obviously. But that's, son, I'm not sure if you want me to share that, but I think I had to share that with everybody. Know that.
Well, he's definitely gonna grow, 'cause he's got so much potential, and he's gonna make it happen because we're in your life, and we don't leave no man behind. One of our soldiers. So,
well,
amen.
I'm going to leave us. I'm going to leave us because like I said, we're 2 hours late.
Oh yeah, we're
like
late.
Oh yeah, we late. We're really late.
Yeah.
So, but I'm going to leave us with one last note. I am going to say to everybody that is on this line that in a year from now, we will all be having a very different conversation.
Absolutely.
I know that's right.
Okay.
Okay.
Y'all who know me, y'all know whoever got that. But I'm just saying, in a year from now, all of us, every last one of us are going to be all having some different conversations.
Absolutely.
Y'all going to be looking back talking about something. Y'all remember
on his yacht. All right.
Oh, there,
We'll be having this conversation on my yacht. Hello.
Yes, or maybe on mine.
That's fine, Mama.
Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you so much again for your time, for your just staying here with us till the end. Thank you for allowing us to deposit all this information again to you. There was an ebook that should have been downloaded that you should have received for signing up for this conference. If you have not received it, please email me so that I can send it over to you. There is another ebook that you will receive. So you're going to get 2 ebooks, one just for signing up, and you're going to get another one after just for attending the conference tonight, just for attending the webinar. And thanks so much for your time. We're really grateful for the time. Time is something you can't get back.
Yeah, watch what you say, okay? Mark 11:23 in closing. You shall have whatever you say, okay? Speak to the mountain. If you speak to the mountain, say, be removed and cast into the sea. So now Yahushua said it. Jesus said it best. You speak to the mountain. I don't care what it is. If it's debt, my wife and I had $182,000 of debt.
Yeah.
You spoke it, believed it, received it, heard a prophet speak it, walked on it. I'm talking student loan debt, canceled. Mark 11:23. If you speak
187.
Yeah, something like that. It was almost 200,000. Speak to the mountain till it be removed and cast into the sea, and don't doubt in your heart. Listen to this. Don't doubt in your heart, but believe whatever you say. You'll have whatever you say, not what you think about. Thoughts are powerful, but words have authority. As apostles, we understand that. Let me tell you something. If you're out in the middle of the ocean, you drowning, and you know you can speak and call out on them, you keep it in your head. Oh, God's coming. You got to say, help, just like Peter. You got to speak it, right? And I'm telling you,
or else
guys,
you're gonna be gurgling and then seeing the pearly gates of heaven.
You want this millionaire status? You got to speak that thing. I know, right? You got to speak that thing. I spoke. Arlene, listen, I moved to New York City. I spoke this woman into existence, and she ain't going nowhere. You hear me? But anyway, that's it, y'all. We love y'all. Okay.
That's right.
Yeah, we love you guys, and thank you for having.
Thank you too.
Shalom, and thanks for participating on tonight. God bless you.
Shalom.
We're gonna have to have a part 2. We're gonna have to. We're gonna have to.
Let's revisit it in a few weeks, right?
Yeah, let's have a part 2 in let's give it a month, because I got a lot of information that I wanted to give that I couldn't give, and because there's just so much in the time.
Absolutely.
But definitely sign up for the course, because you'll get everything.
Yeah, and it's right there. What is it? It's 100traffic.info.
100ktraffic.info. That's where you register for this webinar. So when you go back there, I'm going to load it up tonight. So don't be alarmed and go back there and be like, where is it? Where's the link? Okay. So I'm going to give you, as a matter of fact, let's do this.
What's up? I'm
going to give everybody 24 hours, meaning from tonight to tomorrow night. Okay. That's good. I don't want to shortcut everybody till 10 o'clock or whatever tonight or whatever, 12 o'clock. So I'm going to give everybody from tonight to tomorrow night, and then the price will go up to $199. Awesome. But I can tell you, it's worth it. It's a lot of information. It's worth it, and it's valuable to your businesses. So thank you so much again for supporting me.
Yes.
I love every single one of you, all of you, all of you.
All of you, please go to Kingdom Concepts Strategies.
Yes, please.
Yes. Your 30 minutes with me.
Please.
Yes.
Let me talk to you for 30 minutes.
Wow.
Definitely. And do that first.
Yes. Let me see if I can call everybody name up. Rocky, thank you. Quavante, thank you. Catherine, thank you. Eugene, thanks.
Thank you, guys.
Yes.
Somay.
Bridget, thanks for, Claudia, obviously. And Joseph, my dear son, all of y'all, thank you for staying to the end, okay? Shalom.
Have a great evening, guys.
Okay.
You too. God bless.
Blessings, okay? Bye-bye.
Yes.